What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh wait, I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. Picked the wrong one there. Good morning. Or good afternoon, I should say. Why did I say good morning? But good afternoon. Welcome to the breakdown episode. What's the goddamn episode? 756. 756. Sponsored by Midnight. I'm officially back in Midnight City. Midnight City has updated. Midnight City, it is actually fucking cool. I'll get into it. Maybe even today, I'll go ahead and show it off. But I'm obviously aiming for Friday. Again, shout out to Midnight. Also, shout out to Polymarket, the official prediction market sponsor of the breakdown. Also, Cake Wallet. Shout out to Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet, one of the most secure wallets that you can find within our industry. If you are holding Monero, Litecoin, Zcash, Bitcoin, choose Cake Wallet, okay? And check out CakePay. And also check out, again, this is no affiliation here, but I can respect gangsterness. Check out Radar Chat, okay? Radar Chat, go download it. Built on Signal. You can go ahead and send stats. You can bring more people into the goddamn space. I am looking so fresh and so clean. Andre 3000, Outcast, what? Let's fucking go. We got guests on today. We got Randy, Miss Teen Crypto coming on here at 12:45. We got Jakey coming on here at 1:15 p.m. We'll have a blast today. We got a line. We now have a good lineup moving in, obviously, into the full season. Even though we're still in the summertime, we got a good lineup. going into the end of the year. Everybody's back. Everybody's ready to go ahead and have a conversation. Good. Let's get back to the interviews. By the way, yesterday, for those who weren't here, for those who missed out, we launched GokhshteenPR.com. Okay, Gokhshteen PR, the firm. You can go to GokhshteenPR.com for any creator, product looking to scale their brand. Go to GokhshteenPR.com. I'll go ahead and showcase I'll showcase it right now. I'll go ahead and let you look at it right now before we bring Landy in here for 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and look at it. GokhshteenPR.com. That's right. We've been building this out for months. I've been trying to get this out for years, but we've been building this out for a good amount of months here. And yes, it really is impossible to ignore. My brand is absolutely impossible to ignore. I've been here building through bulls and bears. I've been on social media, not just talking about crypto, politics, sports, whatever it is. I know what it is. I already have the audience. I don't need to rent one, just like we have it on our website here on GokhshteenPR.com. So if you are looking to elevate yourself as a content creator, if you're looking to elevate yourself as a media personality, as a brand, whatever it is, contact GokhshteenPR.com if you want to work with the best. That's all I'm going to say. We got Gokhshteen.com most likely coming out today. I just wanted to fix a few bugs. Okay, I was about to turn it on, but then I did one more sweep check. I saw a few things. We'll probably come out with it today. We also have 2 other products that are coming out. We got products under and entities that are coming under the Gokhshteen Media umbrella. It is, I said 2026 is our year. It starts in 2026, but it flows into 27, 28, 29, and forever. Anyway, again, impossible to ignore. GokhshteenPR.com. You can go ahead and schedule a booking with a professional. And I'm leading this charge. Anyway, let's go ahead and take this out of the way. I'm so fucking happy for Gokhshteen PR. Also, I want to let you guys know, I got caught with seasonal allergies right now. I am trooping it out, man. I should be in bed right now like you being lazy. But no, I am trooping it the fuck out because that's who I am. Let's bring Landy in real quick. We got Landy for, I started the show 5-7 minutes late, so it's not on Landy the fucking puppet. But good morning, Landy to you.
Morning,
I actually got this crisscross because I thought you weren't even coming here today.
It's later today. I'm going to be pretty much gone. So my schedule is cleared pretty much about an hour and a half from now. And then I have a very, very busy day ahead. Yeah.
It's nice to see you. What are we seeing from the markets right now that we didn't see yesterday? Is there anything that we're missing here? Or are we just chopping away here? It's boring as somebody called me and said this is boring as fuck looking at the markets right now.
It's kind of boring. Right now, what we're looking at is, obviously, I know everyone gets sick of the Bitcoin talk, but if you want a good pulse on where cryptocurrency markets are going to be trending and where the majors are going outside of the outliers, you look at Bitcoin, right? And in this case, Bitcoin did head down and front run one of the areas, a very important area that does bear worth watching at this particular moment, and that's $62,500. So if we do see a close below there, the next big area to watch would be 61.5. That is kind of the major thing to look for. It's kind of 61 to 61.5. If we were to break down from 62.5, that's the warning that we're going to test in and around 61 to 61.5. Anywhere below there, we are running the lows with the potential for lower. That means 58 to 60 and maybe the mid 50s. But so far, Bitcoin has gotten a nice little front run of that area on the daily. There is some there is a lower high trend break in place, but realistically between 62.5 and 65, it's no man's land. It's boring. It's chop. It's sideways. So I would just pay attention to closes below 62.5 and then pay very close attention to see if we get continuation below 61 to 61.5, because that would put the lows and lower back in play. And then realistically, back above 65, the most recent highs and higher are back in play towards 68 to 70 and potentially more, even up into the mid 70s. Now, a lot of this in what we're seeing is because we have FOMC tomorrow. So there is a rate decision tomorrow. And, there's a lot of like hyperbolic takes on the timeline about this. It's like, oh, they're going to have to raise. Oh, they're going to have to lower. It's honestly, I don't think there's going to be a change here for the end of the month coming into August. I think August might get interesting when it comes to rates. But at this particular moment, there really is no need for a raise or a cut. We just recently, a couple of weeks ago, got the CPI numbers in that came in cooler than expected. And more importantly, the core CPI numbers, the numbers that matter to the Fed is the core CPI numbers or core inflation metrics. And those actually came in under and did decrease. So I don't see them cutting or raising in this particular meeting. I think it's going to be a big nothing burger. And I think a lot of the direction for the markets, even traditional markets, might in the lower term timeframes right now might just be a little bit of positioning ahead of that meeting, and we don't start to see resolution until after the meeting and first part of August to really kind of gauge direction to see if the traditional markets break down further, or if they bounce nicely, and or if Bitcoin breaks back to the lows or bounces nicely. I think for right now, it's just going to be boring until after this meeting. And then in the first part of August is maybe when we'll see things actually start to form in terms of concerted direction.
We have Polymarket, obviously Polymarket, official prediction market sponsor of this show. The Fed decision in July, they have it as, let's go ahead and look here. No change, 82%, and 25 point basis increase of 18%. It's up 13% within the last day. So, but 82%, no change. That's what,
Yeah.
that's what you're seeing on Polymarket. So I think I'm on that side as well. I don't think they're gonna raise rates.
There's really no need to at this particular moment based on some of the economic data that's coming in. There's no reason to do either. And we now have oil falling again on the daily at least, and potentially maybe even putting a lower high on the weekly. So I think these are going to be the things to pay attention to: strength of the dollar, and then oil's structure in terms of price structure, where it is, and kind of, I alluded to this. Where is the lower bounds of the floor price for oil, and where are the upper bounds? And I think we found that in the near term with a high at 93.5 for WTI, lows just below $68 for WTI there. So, I think that we're probably going to see things bounce around between those areas for oil. And then it's about what is the longer form direction for oil. What does Dixie do? The dollar strength is going to be something to monitor. The other thing to pay attention to, and I know there's people out there, there's plenty of room on the yen carry trade, but it is something to understand about what's happening, right? The yen carry trade did blow up last year, and it's not in danger of blowing up right now. In fact, there's plenty of room in that yen carry trade, but we are hitting extremes in terms of the short side on it. And in this case, what I'd be watching for is if we were to see something like a breakdown in the Japanese markets that requires some intervention and some raises for some unexpected raises, extreme like 100 basis point raise on their side, and or we could see a slow unwind if we see rates eventually start coming down on the US side, but increasing on the Japanese side. So something to pay attention to. Just put it on people's radar. It's not in danger of blowing up at this particular moment, in my personal opinion, but it is something worth noting because in conjunction with oil and dollar for those that do monitor these markets. Otherwise, if you're just paying attention to crypto and none of that made sense to you, then don't worry about it. Just closes below 62 and a half that follow through 60, 61, 61 and a half region, and then closes back above 65 towards those highs for Bitcoin.
All right.
And that's about
So
it.
listen, hopefully they don't raise rates. Hopefully they keep it the same. And maybe we'll get just a cut at the end of the year. I'd be hopeful for that.
That's still what
Um,
I'm projecting, even though that is an outlier position.
Polymarket, though. Polymarket helps us with the stats. Shout out to Polymarket. Polymarket is the official prediction market sponsor of the breakdown. All right. Landy, one last thing that I want to ask you. If you were going to put your money into something, and this is not financial advice, it's just me asking you a question. You're going to put your money into something. Do you go into memes or do you go into the utility plays? Where would you position what would you allocate? Like, would you put 60% in memes, 40 into utilities, 90% in memes, 10 in utilities? But how would you go about that? Forget about Bitcoin and stuff like that. But I'm talking specifically like the old coins.
Where it stands right now for me right now, I can actually tell you exactly what I'm doing. I am waiting for certain utility coins to actually hit some of my targets unless they're going to change structure and there's higher lows, I'll just move my bids up on those. I've actually been in on accumulating memes more than utility plays right now because I think that memes are going to be the canary in the coal mine for those utility tokens. Now, I'm willing to adjust and I will end up with a portfolio that is obviously minority memes, but still substantially sized. But I have been slowly accumulating below $1 billion on Pepe, for instance. I talked to you about this, and then a couple of days later, it went below $1 billion. Right? I was looking for it to go below there. I accumulated quite a bit, willing to accumulate more. This zone that Ethereum is in, I accumulated some there, but it didn't quite hit the larger set of orders that I'm looking for. And that's okay, even if it doesn't. Even if it were not to do so, I would just adjust based on the structure. But right now, the potential still shows more of from an odds perspective that I could get those bids in. So I'm actually a little bit more heavily weighted in terms of my accumulation in the meme sector than in the alt sector for the majors. But I have a plan to accumulate the majors, and by the time it hits those to the downside, if it goes according to plan, that will be a much larger portion of my portfolio, only because it's safer and less risky, right? That's the only reason why. But if it does not hit that, then I will readjust with the market. But for right now, it's memes are the canary in the coal mine, and I think that they will be the harbinger of things to come when Bitcoin actually does find a major low that could potentially turn into a macro low. So there's no reason not to accumulate here and below.
Bits is shocked that the puppet can speak
Oh
animated.
wait, Bits is here.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, just
I would
wait.
say something right now, but I don't want to. You already know what I want to say. Anyway.
Yes, I do.
All right. You said a lot of nothing just now.
I did. I said I hedged
word
a
salad.
lot of different ways there.
Yeah.
It could
a
go
lot of
up,
word
it could
salad.
go down, it could go upper, could go downer,
Go left, right,
sideways,
yeah,
inside out.
switch hitter.
No.
I'm just I'm sitting back, I'm listening, and a lot of my audience, respectfully, some of them have not passed they don't have a third grade education level. And listen, look who's hosting the show. So
Bro, how did I get killed for so long for saying that on your stage? I literally have people bring that up as a pejorative, is that stupid puppet, He's the guy who said that half of us can't read. Like, MFers, are you kidding me? Half of y'all
Listen,
don't read, even
hey,
if you
listen.
could.
I've been saying that. I've been saying this for years now, decades, that a lot of you motherfuckers just can't read. I've heard you read, and it's horrible.
The reading
You know,
comprehension is
like
abysmal.
listen, I can go ahead and hiccup on some words here because I'm bilingual. Okay, I can get away with that. I can literally say that is a real childhood problem. But holy shit, you guys cannot read. Like I can, yo, a lot. I got DMs before, like, yo, what was said? Like, you guys need Grok to go ahead and translate what Landy just said in word salad. Like it was, he used a lot of big words.
Yep.
He threw you
I
life.
did.
I can't. Landy was on yesterday. He had a show on yesterday. The market update ran. Really good show. I tuned in. I was probably the only person who tuned in. I'm kidding around, but a lot of people do tune into the show. Okay, you guys should start doing that also, because I've seen. I know when motherfuckers are lying about the P&Ls. Okay, I just know. So just stop it. Okay, tune into Landy on 9 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays, 8 p.m. on Fridays, where he just breaks it down for you. Have an edge. Okay, I'm not talking about edging. I'm saying have an edge. Okay.
You know, David, one of
Yes.
these days you're gonna have to come on because you're the only person that would be able to get me to actually go and look at meme charts.
Let's do Friday where I pop up. I don't know if this Friday or whenever is you're highly booked. You know, this
I am.
puppet
I'm in demand.
in demand. Have me on and let's talk about some memes. The people
can do
want
that.
it.
We can do
There
that.
you go. You can shit on them too, like you always do.
Bro, if
I
the
should
chart looks
pay it.
shitty, I will not hold back.
You were on Spaces yesterday. I was shitting on everybody.
Yeah.
I don't hold back. There you
I
go,
even
hold
caught
back.
some strays while I was up on stage with you.
It is what it is. Shout out to Bits. Shout out to the Wolf Bitcoin crew, Wolf Financial. I don't know what you guys want me to call you, but shout out to the Wolf crew. And shout out to, of course, Landy. Tune in to Landy. He'll be back here hopefully tomorrow. We'll break down again. This is like the traffic report for crypto. We'll be back here and we'll break down what's happening, obviously, within the industry to go ahead and keep you up to date and give you some value so you know what the fuck you're supposed to. It's not financial advice, but at least you can go ahead and look into what we're looking into.
Yeah, look,
Anyway.
15-minute horoscopes. They kill.
15-minute horoscopes. My man. You're crazy. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Go follow Landy. Follow fucking Landy. Just follow him. I know he's a puppet, but this puppet knows things. Anyway, Landy, I'll talk to you later.
All right, take
love
care,
you, big
brother.
bro. And I hope
Much love,
everything's
brother.
good. Love you, big bro. You get it? Love you, big bro.
Take care, brother. Much love.
Will you out of here, you 65-year-old fucker? Landy always gets on me, okay? It's only fair. It's only fair that I get on the puppet. Okay, tune into the puppet Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Also tune into Landy. He's on Spaces. He does Wolf. He does Spaces with Wolf Bitcoin, and he also does Spaces with ATC. That's I think, what the fuck? What is ATC, by the way? All Things Crypto. I think that's what it is. Tune into All Things Crypto as well. They host a really good show. A bunch of Chads just breaking down the markets. We'll be right back after this commercial break. By the way, at 1:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll stop the stream on TikTok because I'm bringing on Jakey, and we're going to talk about a topic that TikTok probably will not allow me to talk about without me being banned. So I would encourage those on TikTok to make their way over to YouTube or to X to watch the show because I don't want to get banned. All right? I'm so sorry. X is just like that. I mean, excuse me. I meant to say TikTok is just like that. So, and plus I'm already limited and I didn't even fucking start the show. We'll be right back after this commercial break from midnight.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh, wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. We're back. Welcome to the Breakdown, episode 756. That's right. Sponsored by Midnight. Shout out to Midnight. Going to Midnight City. I might go into Midnight City today. So stay tuned. Maybe I'll do some overtime here. Not that I'm looking forward to it. Like I already told you, I'm trooping it out with seasonal allergies. I have no clue how I caught this shit. Polymarket. Shout out to Polymarket, the official prediction market sponsor of the Breakdown. Also, Cake Wallet. Shout out to Cake Wallet, Vic, and entire team. Also, I already gave them massive props on Radar Chat. I use it. It's built on Signal. You can send stats. It's fun. Onboard more people into Bitcoin, into crypto. That's what we're trying to do here. Okay. That is at the end of the day, it is the ultimate goal is to onboard more people into the crypto space. Speaking of onboarding people into crypto, I have a friend that's going to come on here. I've known her for a while now. Let's go ahead and bring her on. I think her name is Randy. Randy, what's going on, Randy?
Shalom, Mr. Gokhshtein. How are you?
Shalom to you. How is everything?
I'm doing very well, just zesting it out, educating people, traveling the world, very blessed right now. But, I'm just happy we got to catch up. And, I'm actually surprised you left your basement. That's probably why you got allergies, because you left your basement. So proud of you, actually.
Yeah. I did, as I've always and I state this about others that come into the comments and attempt to troll the king. There was a point in my life where I did hang out in the basement, and Grandma used to bring me chunky soup as I would sit on my Packard Bell and attempt to trade cryptocurrency and buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other things. But I'm glad. I'm glad that I was able to buy this suit from the Salvation Army and come on to the show and really attempt to bring some value to the masses. Listen, I wanted to talk to you about that. You just mentioned that you've been traveling the world. Tell me a little bit about that. Because listen, I don't know if you've traveled outside. Listen, I know you moved to Florida, but I'm saying in general, I don't know if you traveled outside the tri-state area at times. But now you're traveling. Hold on. I'm saying you're traveling. I'm giving you props.
Okay,
I've
I'm
watched
listening.
you grow. Hold on. I watched your little stubborn ass grow. Okay, you've grown, and now you're traveling Europe. You're speaking. You're moderating. I saw the moderating you did for Litecoin. I'm proud. Okay,
Wow.
I'm not even trolling you. I am proud of you.
Where am
Okay,
I?
Landia. I'm not gonna call
Usually the
you.
breakdown just breaks me down, but actually you're building me up today.
Yes, because
Wow.
I've watched you grown. Even though you are absolutely stubborn, I've watched. Maybe the stubbornness has worked towards your favor because you
I
have
cannot believe you
grown.
right
In
now.
my eyes, you have grown, my lady. How's it been traveling Europe and especially the Litecoin conference where you were, manning the table and interviewing well-known figures? How was that?
It was actually really great. So shout out to Litecoin Foundation. I'm actually the official podcast host of Foundations by Litecoin. You can check out the Litecoin Foundation YouTube channel. And they brought me to Amsterdam. And I was like, that was not on my bingo card, David. I never in a million years did I think I'd end up in Amsterdam, but I did. And it was so darn splendid. And then I bounced around, did some solo traveling, did Croatia, and then I went to Venice, and then I came home. And then next month, actually, a month from today, David, I'm also going to leave my house again. And I'm going to go to Hong Kong and do a Bitcoin 101 at Bitcoin Asia. So that's going to be really fun.
That's dope. That is dope. Is it fun now? Because obviously I guess I would say you were more localized, and a lot of people are like that. But now that you're getting to explore, and that is like hit up Europe. What is hitting up Europe? What's the vibe out there when it comes to crypto? Because it's different. Like when you talk about crypto here, is different. What's the vibe out there in Europe?
I think like Europeans were definitely down with crypto because, especially in Amsterdam, what I started to see when I was traveling is a lot of US cards were getting censored. Like, I would just try to withdraw money from the ATM or just like go shop at certain places. Visa, MasterCard, Amex, like everything was getting declined. And I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like a peasant. And I felt like crypto was really going to solve that problem because most places wanted cash anyway. But then it's like, oh, I got to go to the currency exchange and give them like $4,000 million for them to go ahead and exchange my cash for other cash or withdraw from the ATM and actually go to a bank and freaking do that. And I was like, oh, okay, well, if we just use Bitcoin or Litecoin or stables, then you don't have to worry about currency conversion. It is peer to peer and it's much safer, verifiable, and cheaper than to do all these other things with it. So even the Europeans were telling me like their biggest gripe was the taxes, but that's just like the EU in general, not necessarily a crypto problem.
What is the problem right now when you look at the crypto industry? What is our biggest problem within this industry? I'm not talking about institutions. Institutions know how to package things and present it to their clients. What is our biggest problem within the industry?
I think that one of the biggest problems is the fact that every time Bitcoin goes up a few grand, that these influencers try to release like 5,000 meme coins and then they hit me up and they're like, yo, Randy, trust me, bro. You'll make 15 to 30x in a week. Just don't tweet about it yet. You could buy it now, but don't tweet about it yet because we're tweeting about it tomorrow. And I really got mad at a few people in my DMs and I was like, don't you think this is toxic? And I truly believe it is because you know what? Like, everyone's like, oh, why isn't Bitcoin like doing this? Why isn't adoption spreading? It's because like you don't teach people about it. And then you want them to degen while you guys are insider trading and doing whatever the hell you want. And then once it launches, then all the retail bros get in because they like you and they follow you. And then all of a sudden crash and burn. And then they leave crypto because you wanted to pump and dump. That's not fair. So I got very upset with a few people this week. I went to
Memes.
war in my DMs.
No, and I get the frustration. I totally get the frustration. I love memes. You know this. I love Dogecoin.
I'm a big proponent of memes, but like to do the whole insider shenanigans is what really like pisses me off. Sorry guys, but we're getting vulgar. We're getting vulgar.
And that is a big thing in this fucking space. Is where like when you talk about like, I think memes are relatable. It's easier to bring people into crypto, and I specifically, if you look at Dogecoin, like it really did bring a lot of people into Bitcoin, into Litecoin, into Ethereum, because there was a good crowd there. Most of the people are good. You're like, forget about the 5% that are the loudest, the haters, the trollers. So most people are good. They're looking for the same thing, and they're able to just break down things in layman's terms, which
Yeah.
then brings you into learning about the assets that you should be holding. Like again, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. You want to mention that? I'm gonna give them a plug out there. I hold Litecoin as well.
It's the right
But then
coin.
there's memes to me, and then there's the gamblers, right? There's the gambling bullshit, and then there's the cabal, this new cabal of Fortnite players that have got it. It is true. You know what I'm saying? They're
No,
all in
it's the
it.
Bitcoin maxis turned degen. I think that's the
Hey,
problem. They were like, "Oh, you touch
you
anything
really?
besides Bitcoin, you're a sheesh coiner. Oh, you little peasant, it's gonna go to zero. Just buy Bitcoin instead." And then now they're like, "Oh, my meme coin though, my meme coin." But because I said it, now it's okay. And you know what? I like Dogecoin. Why? Because David, it's a coin. I think everyone needs to do their homework. Token versus coin.
Yeah,
Bitcoin is a coin because it has its own
yeah.
native blockchain. Dogecoin is a coin because it has its own native blockchain. It's proof of work. It's zesty. You can actually transact with that thing. But then you have the things that are built on top of another blockchain, like
Yes.
Shiba Inu, for example, is a token because it's built on another blockchain such as ETH. So I think people really need to get their facts straight on coin versus token, and that Doge is actually a real blockchain that could like actually scale and transact. So Doge is its own standalone item. in my
I'm just one day Shiba Inu can decide we're building our own chain, which will be
Didn't they
cool.
already do that or
Yeah, they
something?
tried, but still, at the end of the day, memes don't have any intrinsic value, and that's how I like it to be. I'm talking about look. Hold on, Randy. Look at me. I'm talking about putting real memes on chain. Okay, I'm not talking about. Man, I was about to say something, but you're a lady, so I don't want to say something that is vulgar. Like,
No, say it,
no,
David.
no,
This
I'm
is
not going to.
this is
I'm
America,
not.
free
I'm not
speech.
going to say it.
This is
I'm not.
America. You got the
Okay, fine.
flag
I'll say
behind
it.
you. You don't want to
You know
rep the
all this,
stars and stripes.
the dick in the butt stuff, like all the in you, like you know what I'm talking about. You've seen this degen dog shit, okay? By the way, she said I can say this, so like these are real tokens that I'm talking about. There's a real. I seen that somebody they tagged me and they attacked me, but we got to get rid. And I agree with you. There's a lot of Bitcoin maxis that pretend that they're not memeing when they are memeing, but they put up this public perception that they're not memeing and they're against it, but they're in the back channels and so it's really weird. And yes, I get that. Look, ultimately, we want people to focus on the real assets within our community, within
Mhm.
this industry. I get it. But memes are relatable. Life is a meme. I've told you this, Randy. Life is a meme. And I think if we
Let
can
me
get the OGs,
let
just
me
like
write that down
Dogecoin.
real
Fine, you want
quick.
to focus on Dogecoin? Focus on Dogecoin. Write this down. Focus on Dogecoin. That's perfectly fine. And we
Hmm.
bring more people in here. And with the right creators and personalities like yourself and others,
Let me
we
write that
can
down too.
really, yeah, there you go. We can really onboard the masses. There's only 5 to 6% of them in here now. We're still early. I want to talk to you about this. First of all,
Yes, sir.
congratulations. You go on mainstream media, you go ahead and talk about crypto. You try to educate because respectfully, and I've told this to mainstream media when I've spoken to them, you guys don't know anything about crypto, or you don't know as much as we know. We've been in the trenches, okay? We know how the chains work. They get hit with the script they asked us.
Yeah,
You go out there on TV and you talk about these things.
I do.
Do you get people that hit you back up and say, you know what? You've helped me more than these mainstream media channels?
You know what? Actually, yeah. I do have a lot of people that tell me like that I was the reason they got in crypto, the reason why they stuck around, because I truly like pride myself on not partaking in shenanigans. Like I only work with tier one companies in this space, as you do as well. Like
Yeah.
I like when I, had these people hit me up about their sheesh coins, and I was like, this is a reputational risk. I don't want to do this. This is not what my audience needs. And I just know that when people show up to my channel, when they show up to my show, that it's just genuinely what is the news. And then I also host Blockchain Academy, brought to you by Uphold, where I do whiteboard lessons. Look at this, David. People don't know how to read a chart. Here's how to read a candle. This is what candle on a freaking chart means. So I think this is what we need in this space. And so that's what I do. And so I actually had a big meeting with mainstream media last week or 2 weeks ago. And they were just like, what do you think about certain things? Like they're looking to us. So sometimes like you don't even see me on the TV screen, but that doesn't mean I'm not helping them in the background, because honestly, like they need Bitcoin 101s. That's why I go to schools. That's why I go and travel the world to do Bitcoin 101s, is because honestly, we need fundamental education. What is Bitcoin? What is blockchain? Why does this even matter? I was out on a solo date getting some sushi over the weekend, and these girls were like, what are you doing? And I was like talking about sushi and Bitcoin. And they were like, Bitcoin, it just goes right over my head. And so I was explaining it to them, and like, this is what we need. Like, people are intimidated by this space. And then you have all the FUD that goes around. And that's why I freaking go on these networks and I crush it. And I'm like, no, this is not what we should be looking at. You guys are making up like these narratives. And so sometimes I get spicy on Newsmax, I get spicy on Fox Biz. But you know what? Like, they're realizing that the next generation is seeking financial freedom. They're seeking truth. And the system we have now is far from the truth. It is hidden, it is controlled, but Bitcoin and blockchain is free, it's open, and it enables your free speech. The inalienable human rights that this country is founded on, that everyone in this world that breathes air is entitled to, which is life, liberty, and property.
Do you like the fact that the institutions are in? They've always been here, but like, do you like the fact that the institutions are here, and do you see that they are literally trying to gain back control of this entire space to basically send us back into, I would almost say, back into the world that we came from, which is the centralized space where, you really didn't have much opportunity. You were given whatever opportunity they would give to you, kind of thing. Like, I feel that's what's happening, because we've kind of lost the plot. You talk about Bitcoin, you talk about getting solicited by 50,000 meme tokens and all these things, right?
Yeah.
I think from some area, those things are done to go ahead and fuck people's minds up while they go ahead and secure all the major assets. And then eventually, because I think we're in the 9th inning of this, if we don't start taking this seriously, if we don't start bringing communities together like we used to, and we don't start working with each other, then I feel like we're going to give the keys to the. Listen, I have institutional players that come onto the show. I like them personally. I don't like institutions. Okay.
Mhm.
I get people who have front ran. I get everybody who's in Bitcoin right now, Litecoin, Ethereum, Solana. You're in it. You got in low. You're happy. I get it. So you're waiting for that $16 trillion to roll in. Your shit is going to go up. You couldn't be more happier that institutions are coming. But at the end of the day, what about everybody else? What about everybody else who's still not here? What about people
Mhm.
that don't have the opportunity in the inner cities to get in right now, because there are no workshops? There are not enough people like you traveling, because we don't have a lot. We just don't have as many people out there traveling to certain parts to talk about these things. I listen to
Mhm.
conferences, Randy. I hear people talking about themselves. Okay. I don't hear people
Yes.
talking about the actual thesis of what this space is. I hear people talking about, well, I got in and shut your mouth. I don't want to hear about you. I want to hear about this, because then that gets cut up and it goes, I don't know, maybe it hits TikTok, YouTube, and people wander into it, scrolling, doom scrolling, and they start learning. I think that's a problem. I think that, like, I'm not happy that institutions aren't here. I'm just letting you know right now. You have this face like you're in touch with institutions and you're happy. I'm not happy. I'm not happy, Randy. This
David, do you know what
product was for
happens when you
Main Street.
assume? Do you know what happens
No,
when you assume?
our product was for mainstream. Okay, Main Street was Satoshi Nakamoto wanted Main Street up in this bitch, not us celebrating that Jamie Dimon has finally taken a liking to fucking crypto, okay?
Okay. Period, David. All
There
right.
was a lot of fucking questions in there. Like, I get it. I flipped out just now.
No, I flip out on the daily on my podcast. And there's a lot of gifs and memes made of me daily. You can check my Discord.
Me too.
Listen, I know
They say
David,
my
you're just-
eyebrows are. They say I thread my eyebrows. I've never touched my eyebrows. I swear on my life.
you know,
Natural.
maybe
This is what happens when you're naturally
I think it's
gifted.
because you take like those hair growth gummies. It might help
There you
you
go.
out.
There
You know,
you
because
go.
I notice like you're filling up there. You know,
There you
more
go.
than So I
Filling
do
up.
see.
This is my
Yeah.
natural hair. No receding hairlines. Nothing. This is.
David, it's the gummies that are
Guys.
kicking in. It's the vitamins.
What'd you say?
It's the gummy vitamins you're taking for hair growth.
I don't take any.
At least you're
first of all,
proactive.
I do take. I will not front. I do take the Flintstone vitamins because I think those are the best vitamins ever created on God's green earth. But go ahead. I didn't mean to stop you.
No, it's okay, David. It's okay. You're just a feisty man, and I totally get it. Listen, I have this. I go back to the fundamentals, okay, which is the fact that this is a permissionless space. So who are we to
Yes.
give permission? It's kind of the same thing, like of why I'm like, annoyed about BIP 110 is like there's no reason for it. Like Bitcoin is the way it is for a reason. Like why are you trying to be like, oh, we're gonna give permission? This is spam. No, you're spam. You're spam. So okay, like you're just trying to money grab and like get funding for whatever you're trying to do. We are not doing that. Litecoin exists. Use Litecoin. So listen, I think institutions, they're going to front run you because I mean, Jamie Dimon, has had JPM coin since like 2019, 2020, moving billions across his own native blockchain. Like while we have Operation Choke Point 2.0 and Gary Gensler is calling us hucksters, fraudsters, scammers, Ponzi schemes, like Jamie Dimon's moving billions. And it's like, oh wait, who is Jamie Dimon? What is he doing? Liz Warren set him up for what? Like I don't like these games that they're playing over here and I call them out. So I think people need to like be independent and do their own research and go ahead and decide what route they're going to take. I mean, this is again why we need fundamentals over pumpamentals. Like what is Bitcoin? What is crypto? And I think people think about crypto in a very first world mindset. The reason why I say this is because if you go and look at other countries where as a woman, I know in other countries, I would not be able to come on a show like this, have my own show and be yapping away and coming after your eyebrows, right? So like, I know that if I was in a dangerous situation, Bitcoin or even a privacy coin such as Monero or Litecoin MWeb would purchase my way out of a situation and I could seek freedom, right? Also, countries, I think I was reading up on Nigeria, that some banks are a 1 to 3 day trip. Oh, but if you have an internet connection, you could take part in a financial system. You're under 18. Oh, well, you're just a peasant and you're not allowed to get involved in the stock market or anything. But now we have tokenization of IPOs and pre-IPO access. So now everyone gets a piece, right? So I think this is a revolution that they honestly can't stop. So the fact that people are saying, oh no, institutions are coming in, they're just going to take over. No, they actually just can't. And that's why I think the Clarity Act is like, I called it Clarity Schmarity. And it's just like smoke and mirrors because they're like, oh, we're just going to come after everybody. But like, you can't stop code, right? Like you can't stop some nerd in their basement from like typing things up and releasing a code. As much as they want you to think they can stop it, they actually can't. Oh, we're going to regulate A, B, and C. Like they could only come after these centralized entities, right? Which is awful as it is, because I would think it's even market manipulation. Operation Choke Point 2.0, the bit license in New York is market manipulation, in my opinion. Allegedly, don't sue me. It's because how are you to say, oh, as an American, we're not going to let you invest what you want to invest in with your money. Your money? Oh no, LOL, it's our money. You're not allowed to buy what you want to buy. No. And then that prevents liquidity from flowing into the space. Thus, the prices in the market are lower because you're not allowing people to buy. So I think it's full on manipulation. I think that this needs to be stopped. And the Clarity Act was not like what it needed to be. Did it have some essential things in there like debt protections? Yes. But then like you just have like these good things that they bring up clouded by 5 million awful things that they just want to mix in there. And then you have the American Bankers Association and all of these like trad bros that are paying off everyone in Congress. And then like, oh, well, Donnie T can't have a meme coin. Ethics this. Well, hello, Nancy Pelosi, Liz Warren, allegedly, where is your insider trading? What is all that money about? So if you're going to ethics Sir Trump, you should ethics yourself as well. So like, let's look in the mirror here. There's a lot of double standards. And I think the American people need to wake up and realize that we need to stand up against this. This is straight up hypocrisy and manipulation of markets. And I will not stand for it. I will not.
I'm glad. I'm glad. No, and I say this seriously. No sarcasm. I'm glad that you go onto your show, onto other platforms, and you express this. I've watched it, and I'm glad that you do it. Last thing for you.
Wow, you're trying to get rid of me already.
No, I have
Wow,
segments.
he doesn't love me.
What are you talking about?
I just can't believe this. I can't.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. All right. How many times have you gone on my show? And how many times have I been on your show?
Well, David, it seems like you're just unavailable because you just don't love
What?
me.
Are you fucking serious right now?
I think his yarmulke's on too tight. I just can't.
It might be. It might be. I might have my tefillin on too tight right now.
It's the tie. It's choking you out. You can't get fresh air.
I have been on your show one time. One time. And I did a goddamn Halloween special with you, okay, where I dressed up. Other than that,
And that was like when I was still a teenager.
hold on. If I was to wait for Randy's phone call, okay, so I have been so supportive. I have been absolutely so supportive of, and I've told you, you got to get rid
How
of
many
Miss
times has this man
Crypto.
left me on red? He's left me on red one too many times.
Get the fuck out of here! What are you talking about? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm calling your father right now. I am absolutely.
You could call him. He's not going to do anything.
It's been fun to watch you grow. That's what I'll say.
I'm still
It's
5'2". I haven't
to me,
grown
when I
that
watch
much.
you, it's no longer Miss Team Crypto. Like when I watch you, it's Randy. No. I'm giving you. This is called a compliment. I know it's hard for you to.
Wait, hold on. I got to
Yes.
take more notes.
Yeah. Note that down. This is called a compliment.
And how do you define that?
It is. Well, that's true because I don't. Basically, what I'm trying to do here is tell you that. Remember when I told you
He doesn't even know how to compliment me. He doesn't even
No, it's hard. I don't give compliments out.
I have a
And I'm
blank
telling you
page.
that you have grown and you are no longer Miss Teen Crypto. You can't be Miss Teen Crypto, okay? You need to stop living your past life. You're Randy, okay?
That is
You're like
me.
Madonna, okay? Like it's one name in this, like everybody knows you by Randy. It's we don't care about our last name. It's Randy. Randy's here. Okay, so but I'm glad to see you have these partnerships with these protocols like Litecoin being the official podcaster and doing that. I like seeing that. And you know what I've always said? I want to see the women thrive here because the women, they're not into sword fighting, excuse my language. They're not into fighting in the drama. They want to go ahead and level up. And whether that means in the broadcasting industry, whether that is buying Bitcoin or all the top they want to be about that life while the men out here fight over fakakta P&Ls. So yes, I am giving you some credit out there for being such a hustler and taking shots at different airports saying that I'm about to do big things. That is Randy.
Yeah, but like that's so funny that you bring that up because I never remember seeing David Gokshin like that post. Ooh.
I have
Eee.
liked your posts, okay? But if I like if I like every single post, no, you know what?
That's just being a friend.
I can't fucking win. I bring Randy on here who doesn't bring me on her show, and I'm here like
All right,
giving
so
her
we'll
fucking
freaking schedule
flowers.
it. We'll schedule it. All right.
Okay, I'm coming out with
You
a
just have to
podcast
make sure
where-
your hair is extra curly when you come on.
and I'll
And
have the
loosen up the
yarmulke
tie a
on.
little bit.
I am going to put on.
I don't want you to suffocate, David. So you got to.
You know what?
The
I'm
tie.
going to look like an Orthodox Jew when we do our one-on-one live.
You can have the curls
podcast.
too, like the just.
Curls.
Whoa! Wait! Whoa!
Whoa.
You know what? I'm there
And we'll
for
talk
it. Like
about
I would actually
Jesus.
pay money to see it.
We're going to talk about Jesus.
I love Jesus. He's my Lord and Savior.
I'm saying we're going to sit down It's going to be like a Rogan type-ish episode where we're not just talking about crypto. We're going to go deeper into finding and figuring out who is Miss Teen Crypto. And I'm going to make
I'm not Miss Teen
a
Crypto, though.
dramatic
I'm
trailer, like
I'm
behind the
Randy.
scenes. What?
I thought we just went through this. I'm Randy,
No,
not Miss Teen Crypto.
I'm just saying it's going to go
Oh,
from
you're tripped
Miss Teen
up.
Crypto to Randy. Who are these people? Are they
David,
the
are
same?
your cheeks getting a little red?
Never.
Oh.
Never.
Oh my God, guys, look, he's blushing.
You're the one who's blushing. Relax.
I think we got him all bent in a
You know, this is
pretzel right
crazy.
now.
Men and women that come onto my show, they start blushing. You know, like I'm just it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I think
Listen.
David's deflecting.
I'm never
Oh, he's
deflecting.
flustered.
I am
David,
never
it's okay. Just say
flustered.
that you love me so much and that you missed me and that you cannot wait to get scheduled on my podcast. Just let me know. Just let me know because I just know that like, you know, there's a like our DMs, like, you know, I'd like message you and I'm like, David, I've missed you. And you're like, I'm busy. I gotta go
I
on the
have
breakdown.
been nothing but supportive.
No, you have. But, like,
Exactly. And I have never, never hit you like, yeah, you're doing great, Randy. But I need your help. No. I've just said, hey, you're doing great.
I
Love to
I
see
never
it.
said that. I never
No,
said
I'm
that.
saying in general, like people will contact you because they need something. I'm like, yo, you're doing phenomenal. Love to see it. Here's your flowers. There's your compliment.
David.
That was my pen.
Do you need another one? I know you don't want to buy another one, so I'll donate to you.
I'm Jewish.
It's panties for Bitcoin, by the way.
Pennies for Bitcoin.
It's great
I just
brand,
wanna
by
say-
the way.
I'd love to bring you on the show next month if you're available.
You know, I actually am the first 2 weeks of August. Around the 16th, I think I'm traveling somewhere, and then I come back and I leave the 23rd to go to Hong Kong, and then maybe I'm gonna go to Japan after that. We'll see. But the first 2 weeks of August, I'm available, so it's gonna be quite the turnaround. I know, like David literally can't wait until I come back. That's so sweet, David. I've missed you.
Maybe I'll see you in Asia because you know they hit me up also to go out to Bitcoin Asia.
That's really far from your basement, David. That means you have to like go
You
from the
just
basement
said
to ground
I
level
went
and then way
and
above
leveled up.
ground level.
I am above ground now. Okay, I am above ground.
Whoa, wait, that's why you got allergies. Did you let the window open? Like, he opened the
You
window.
know, what? Go fuck yourself. You know, there you go. You know, I have been here. You
I
are.
rebuke this in the name of Jesus.
I have absolutely given you flowers here, and here you are, just assassinating me live on my show, which is being streamed everywhere. You're assassinating me.
No, I'm just sassing you. There's a difference. We don't use that word assassination. That's dark nowadays.
It is dark.
Yeah, like R.I.P. But like, you know, I
But
think
thank you
No,
for
no, wait,
voting
why
for
don't-
Mandani. Thank you for being, thank you for voting for Mandani.
I was out in New York by then, sir. I don't subscribe to this, bro.
I'm just fucking with
Listen,
you.
he's
I'm
very
just-
PR trained. I'll give him that. He's very PR
100%.
trained. And, you know, there are some people that I'm like, wow, your PR training's fantastic. I told James Fishback his PR training was fantastic when I went to interview him. So, and he's also going to establish a Bitcoin strategic reserve in the state of Florida. Sir Byron, where you at with that one?
You know what? He
I
was
would
on my
love to
show
know.
also.
Oh my gosh, wait. But I left my basement to go see him.
I know. That's so cute.
I think I was actually wearing this. I'm
Hey,
pretty
guess
sure.
who you contacted before you interviewed him?
Wait, did I message you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
And who gave you advice? Me.
I know you did not. Hold the frick
Go
out. No, you
look.
did not. I'm
Go
going to
look.
check the.
Go fucking look.
No, you did not.
Go look. I want you
I'm
to
going
look
to look
right
right
now. Go ahead. And who retweeted it? Go ahead. Go look.
Hold on. I'm scrolling.
'Cause
I'm
I ain't a
scrolling.
hater. I ain't a hater. I ain't out here hating.
Oh, no. Fake news. Because we were DMing on April 10th. And then on April 13th, I was like, oh, yo, I got this exclusive interview if you want to take a listen. You didn't even like say, whoa. You just reacted with fire emoji, but you did support the post. I'm going to cut you slack there. So you gave me fire emoji.
You know, Let me tell you something,
And then
man.
look, April
You
10th, I said,
cannot
yo,
win
David,
with this
what's
girl,
up?
bro.
No, because so we spoke in November of 2025. And then to break the silence on April 10th, I said, yo, David, what up? He said, what's up? I said, I miss you, bro. But clearly you don't miss me because you never invite me on your show. Just way too Hollywood. I get it. And then he's like, no, you're Hollywood. I said, fake news. And then I said, I assume you're not coming to Vegas because this pre-Bitcoin conference, you said, I have media passes, but I'm going to see who's going. And I said, oh, they need bigger doors to get you in. You're too jacked, bro. And you said LMAO. So do I not compliment you? I do. I do. Fake news. So, David, you know,
Wow.
I do
You know what?
pull up the
You know what?
freaking receipts.
I know your dad watching right now is like, this is like a crock of shit because like this man has been so. I brought you on my fucking podcast. I brought you on this show. I've done everything. Hey, Miss Teen Crypto. Oh, big time. It's gonna be a celebrity in our space. Da 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 da. On my brand, on my platform, which I don't need to do any of this shit. Yet here I am. I'm like fucking dressing up, coloring my eyes for Halloween.
Really waited until you never invited me to Penantico for a sandwich. That's the real problem.
No,
We never went to the Cat's
Are you
Deli.
on crack?
We
Are you
never
on crack
went to
right
the
now?
Jewish deli. We never got a matzo ball soup. You never invited me.
You left. You left. You went to Florida. You left.
I
You left.
was on social media for 4 years asking you to leave your basement. But then you're like, no, I'm leaving the city. I'm going to the boonies. And then you went to the boonies. And into your basement in the
You know,
boonies.
yo, these are wild allegations. Anybody
No, I'm
watching
just
this
no,
knows
because
wild
no, everyone's
allegations,
scared
okay?
to clock you, David, because they're like, oh my god, he tweeted about how the cabals suck. The NFT influencers have left. So
Yes.
you're just tweeting about that. And then
Yes.
I come on your
Yes,
show and I
it's
stand up
true.
to you, David. I actually say what I want to say. Everyone comes on here like, oh, David, you're
Hold on,
you're
hold
just
on,
you're just the
hold on.
biggest dude
Hold
on
on.
Twitter. I
Hold
can't
on.
believe it, Mr. Sheen. This is crazy.
Hold on. Sit your ass down for a second.
I think
These
wait, let me just double check. I think this is a chair. I'm sad.
Okay. All right. That's great that you can comprehend that that's a chair that you're sitting on. I'm happy. Okay. Happy that your mind works a little bit.
You
there.
thought I was standing clearly, but
Maybe. Listen, Randy, okay?
David.
What I said was the truth. The NFT cabal was all about NFTs. They didn't give a shit about fucking crypto. They don't know how a block works. They still don't know how a block works. But guess what? The NFTs went illiquid, right? There was no liquid, zero. And they waited a few weeks as Pepe blew up to say, oh, we need to go here. And guess what they did? These broccoli head motherfuckers came into our industry, our side of the industry, and they formed their little cliques, okay? They formed their little cliques and they fucked shit up. So yes, you know what? I don't hate me, love me, Randy Orton right now, RKO and motherfuckers out here
love Randy
because,
Orton.
hey,
The
because
fighter,
at the end of
right.
the day, somebody got to say it. Nobody wants to say it because everybody wants to be a part of the cabal. Fuck KOLs. That's the, and what I mean by that, hold on, I'm not talking about you, okay? Okay, you're not coming onto the timeline butt ass naked saying, good morning, what should I get into? That's not you, okay? You come on, you're like, good morning.
Yeah, I did hit the
We're gonna
hot
have an
button, no.
explosive day, not in the bathroom, not because we ate Taco Bell, okay? We're gonna have an explosive day. We're gonna go ahead and run this day, and you start breaking stuff down. You run down everything.
The main
That's-
problem, David, is that these people, like they put perms, like they had perms. That's why they will have curly hair because they're not Jewish like us. So it's kind of like, you know, they're just jealous of your curls and they're like, yo, I gotta look like David. They're trying to David Max. Actually, they're David Maxing.
I'm the original
they want
OG
your hair.
Maxer, looks Maxer, the original OG memer.
And you know, when you went
Bitcoin.
from like suit to sweatpants back to the suit again, that's just how you knew you locked in. You know,
I'm locked in. I'm locked
We're
in.
locked in.
I'm locked in.
Yeah, no,
Randy?
you are locked in. I'm proud of you, David. You know, let me give you your flowers here,
No,
David.
no,
I've
no,
just,
no.
no,
I
I've
don't
just
need
seen
your
you
flowers.
evolve. No,
Your flowers are coming from a funeral home, man. I don't need your fucking flowers.
let me
Exactly.
freaking flower you, okay? Listen, David, I know
me.
you.
Ooh, let's. What is happening? This show has turned into something other than the breakdown. What is happening here, Brad?
Listen,
What is happening here, my bros? What is happening?
Listen, let me just give you love, okay? Because David, like you are a brother to me. Like
Watch it.
or
Insults are
like,
coming. Insults are coming.
No, you are no, you
Look at her. She can't even hold it. She can't even hold it. She can't even give me top.
Yes, I can. Why don't you let me lock in? All right. I really do appreciate you, David. Listen, like you have known me truly like since I started, and like it's almost been 7 years. It's been like a long run. It's been over half a decade, and I have to say you're a consistent man. I think you called me stubborn, but I think you're a lot more stubborn than me, Mr. G Media. But I've seen the evolution of the breakdown, and I've seen how you've broken down like from like certain types of suits down to a sweatpants, and then like the hoodie because you were like, I'm swagging and I'm running marathons, and then you probably got too heavy of allergies, so you quit running and posting that on TikTok, and then now you're back in your suit, and now you're like you look like a politician, like you're leveling up, and like soon you're gonna leave your basement and go to DC and start repping us there. So I'm excited for you, David. And I know that when you launch your next phase, that I was, I actually got the exclusive on the next phase. Like I just want you to know, like I'm supportive of this next phase, and hopefully like you're still gonna be nice to me in the future and not put out fake news about me, and then we could like team up and do this again. But
Fake
yeah,
news? What? First of all,
do we have to go back in the DMs?
listen.
We're not
First
going
of
back in
all,
the
let's
we
not
already
talk about the evolution of you dropping your sweats, and then all of a sudden I'm gonna be fancy and take some photos of myself. I'm gonna go to the studio and I'm gonna model for
Yeah.
4 hours. And look at
It was
me.
so fun, actually. It was an 8-hour
Evolution of
shoot,
me.
okay?
Here I am. I'm Randy. Okay, don't call me Miss Team Crypto. By the way, how can you be 45 years old and say I'm Miss Team Crypto?
I'm
That doesn't
23.
even make sense.
I'm 23, okay? Like,
That's not what they're saying in the chat.
why are you aging me like that? I think it's because actually you're 43 and you're trying to come after me.
First of all, nobody thinks I'm even in my 30s. They're like, yo, you look good for in your 20s.
What are you talking
Like,
to?
not a single person. Okay.
You know what, David? It's because you're looks maxing, and you have no wrinkles. It's probably because you put on a little makeup before this. I think I can see the concealer.
God was looking at me before he sent me down. God looked at me. He said, I need to send somebody down to this
Some curl
planet.
here, some beard here, some muscle
Let me
here,
do
marathon
it.
here.
Perfect nose, lips, chin. He doesn't have to hit himself with a hammer to looks max. Here I am.
You're just missing the stud. You're missing the studs in your ear. Why don't you got the studs?
Randy, you know what? It is a pleasure to see. It is always a pleasure to get a headache from you. It is absolutely always. No, I'm kidding. You know what, Randy? You are. And we'll replay this show one day, and I will say that
We'll both get canceled.
I'll be
Continue.
reporting. I'll probably be reporting on a mainstream media show, probably like BCAT, like one of those community TV channels and shit. Meanwhile, Randy will be hosting her own show on some major mainstream media network, breaking down crypto, and I will be proud. I'll say I knew that girl who first made a video standing by a brick wall, looking like, what's her name from fucking Wizard of Oz? Like, what's her name?
Dorothy?
Looking like Dorothy out there in these Brooklyn streets. Hi, everybody. I'm Miss Team Crypto. And if you don't know me, and she was her.
No, I can throw it back. Good morning, everybody. It's Miss Teen Crypto. What are you buying today?
Oh my God, bro. Yo, John, relax.
Good morning, Crypto Twitter. It's Miss Teen Crypto.
These thirsty ass motherfuckers in the chat. Anyway, Randy, you're always welcome to come on the show to break down any news that pops off on the market. If you're available, love to bring you on.
I told you first 2 weeks of August.
Are you stuttering?
Otherwise, it's September. I don't think I stuttered.
You did.
I think
And you should
I'm very
replay the
clear.
show. You could see your cheeks are so high in the air right now. It's okay.
Don't be
Randy.
jealous of the cheekbones. Hold on, don't be jealous.
I'm not jealous of anything. This is right here, perfection. I don't have nothing to be.
Oof, I think your ego's bigger than the screen. I actually can't see your head. It's too big.
Oh my God! And they're saying
I think you're
hey,
supposed
boy.
to have another DGen on after this, right?
Yes, we are, and apparently the DGen might have overslept. But we.
Oh, so you have
I
more
won't-
time for me.
No.
Oh.
No, I don't need more time for abuse. Like you've abused me enough.
I think you actually like love it though. I
love
think like
abuse?
Yeah, from me. I was saying on my podcast this morning, I said, just David brings out a different side of me. And like, there's not a lot of people that can handle the heat I give you because like, they're just not one of us. You know what I mean? Like,
They're
they didn't
not.
wander the streets of Brooklyn. They didn't have to go through the heat of the subway in July and August and just like smell the dead rats. They didn't have to see the rat the size of a chihuahua. They
Yeah.
just have never seen that. They haven't seen the black mold in the rentals. They haven't seen, just like the stale bagels when you get them at 4 p.m. They just haven't,
Yeah.
they haven't gone through that. They haven't, smelt the pastrami from a fresh Jewish deli. They just haven't gone through that. They haven't gotten a real knish. They think a knish is square. No, it's circular. It's circular. It's got onions in there.
They haven't swam through
The
an
Hudson River
entire
that turns
pool.
yellow.
No, the Hudson River, which is in the subway, they haven't swam to their train.
You know what? That's freaking disgusting,
Yo,
bro.
it is
You're gonna
so
catch a
bad.
disease in there.
It
You're gonna
is
catch
so-
HPV in there.
Yo, you are walking out with an STD, no 100%. Yo, I can't believe what is happening to New York City. Like, it is so
Why I left.
bad.
I almost
Like,
got kidnapped in broad daylight. Like I was
I
over
mean,
that.
That is, it is really crazy. Randy, think
Yeah.
about it. Like, growing up in New York City, like, if it rained, it was okay because it was not like the day after tomorrow type of movie where you're about to get swept out into the sea. Because that's what's
Sharknado.
happening in New York City, ladies and gentlemen. You got-
So
you got
Sharknado,
cars floating.
Tornado.
Yo, a little drizzle sends the whole fucking city into a fucking
Park Slope
lockdown.
floods. You're seeing cars float in Park Slope.
Yo, it's wild. It's fucking wild.
All the I was gonna say some certain type of individuals that live in Williamsburg get bewildered. Oh my god, I just moved out here from Texas, and all of a sudden I'm seeing my car float. I can't believe it. My $30 coffee is now gonna be $60 because the place got flooded. I gotta pay $29 for a croissant. Can't believe it.
The yuppies
The
are in
yuppies.
disbelief. I'll
The
say it.
yuppies cannot handle it.
I say you know what it is? I say whatever the fuck I'm thinking. That's the
I
Brooklyn
was gonna
now,
I was gonna
right?
say
Yeah, no, just
liberals.
think about that. That's that Brooklyn DNA. We just say, yo, fuck this. I'm gonna let you know what time it is. Tick tock, tick tock. Anyway.
David, I heard you are a big fan of TikTok. Like, I
am.
heard like a lot of the women are watching you run on TikTok and they're like, where are the videos? Like they've been waiting for that. David.
Yesterday I ran in my thong.
I really would never want to see that. Like, I think that should be reserved for Europe only. So that means like you should like leave your basement, go to Europe and go to like those nude
No, but I
beaches.
left my
I think that's
basement.
where
I ran. I work out hard. I ran. I put on my thong because the reason why I put on a thong is because they said I would be more aerodynamic.
but like would you is there like hair like all over
No,
your
no,
legs
I'm
and things?
good.
Because I feel like that will stop you from really flying.
No,
You
but
know, I
like,
think you need to be sleek.
I think when you wear a men's thong, right? When you wear a men's thongs, like Speedos, right? The company Speedo, they came out with a more advanced version of a running thong. Okay, so here I am. I'm faster now. Okay, so if I was averaging, if I was averaging a certain
6.9
speed-
miles an hour or something.
Now, no, I run faster than that. Relax yourself, okay?
Oh, okay.
You're the one who's bow-legged. So, let's not.
You know, actually, when I was little, like my feet, I used to be walking like this. So I had to go
Yeah,
to when
yeah.
I was a baby, they had to put special shoes on me so I wouldn't be walking like this. I was called pigeon toe.
You have pigeon toe.
But not anymore. I'm
Okay.
okay now. Otherwise, if I did, I would really be failing in Pilates. Like, these Pilates baddies, they're really freaking getting it. Have you tried Pilates? I think that's a
No.
great way for you to meet women, David. I don't know
Yes.
what your speed is,
No,
but like,
I like to go
maybe
to
it's the
hot
speed
yoga.
O.
You got to go to hot yoga.
And are you going to hot yoga in your Speedo?
No, yes, but I've been advised. So, you know Sakasa?
Wow. No.
You never heard of Sakasa?
No.
My man
that?
does hot yoga, and you got to look at. You got to look
Oh.
at. Ask him for his stats, and you got to see him. And you'll be like, "What the fuck's happening?"
Do you think Jason Williams does hot yoga? Do you think you guys would? I think you guys would go together. I feel like
I
that.
don't know.
I could picture that.
I don't know. I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Something that just popped in. I think maybe Jason would actually be jealous of your hair. I think you guys would have like it would just be like the egos just would not match.
Apparently,
We'll
rumor
love
has
Jason.
it. It was sent to me yesterday. Apparently, rumor has it he's jealous of my eyebrows and my hair and my chin. So I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
probably because like if you
It,
shaved it, you would
could,
have
it
like a
could
Jewish dimple like me.
listen. The jawline, the jawlines. All right. What's next up? But before you go, what's next up for you? You said you're going to Asia. You're going to Japan.
Bitcoin Asia for a Bitcoin 101. Use code Randy for 10% off your ticket.
Nobody's really using it because nobody uses discounts except Jews. So go ahead.
Listen, I think we all got to catch pennies where we can in this
Yes.
economy. Okay,
I'll
so
spend every penny possible.
yeah, like especially like these gas prices are just astronomical.
Yeah.
But you're probably saving on that because you don't leave your basement, but you probably have an EV as
Yes.
well. I would hypothesize. Anyway,
Yes.
I plan on doing a lot more mainstream media, a lot more conferences. I am sort of booked out almost, I think until November. I just have a lot
Yeah.
going on and just things keep popping up. So thank you guys for following me and like blessing my life. And I really feel like my dreams are coming true. And I think, I think a lot of us have almost given up in the bear, but you build in the bear to prosper in the bull. And I'll just double down on that time and time again. And, I will always fight for freedom. And I really believe that America, like my mission is, and I told mainstream media this last week, my mission is to prove that the American dream is still real, bring Gen Z into financial freedom and the entire world. We're all entitled to life, liberty, and property, like every single person on this planet. So I wholeheartily believe there's a revolution coming. And I think Bitcoin will be the most peaceful part of that revolution. You don't got to pick up a weapon to defend code. And I'm just really excited for that. And I'm excited for the Daily Zest about to hit 900 episodes. We're almost at 1,000. So let's freaking go. So thank you, David. Yes. So tune into the Daily Zest Monday through Friday. Well, Friday's off during the summer, but Mondays through Thursday at 9:45 a.m. Eastern. And we talk about the charts, Bitcoin, crypto news. I do Blockchain Academy, brought to you by Uphold. So I do a lot of academic stuff. So if you guys want to learn about like the basics of crypto, like what is a candle, what is a Bitcoin transaction? Today we actually compared Bitcoin transactions versus ETH gas fees because Bitcoin doesn't have gas fees. It's a transaction fee. A lot of people don't know that. So we're doing a lot of like basic crypto stuff because I want people to really understand what they're listening to. And I'm like really actively working with a lot of conferences to make sure that people are understanding. I said, how do you guys figure that, you're going to have a conference with all these people on stage that, like you said, are talking about themselves. And then someone's in the audience that doesn't know about Bitcoin. And they're like, but what is Bitcoin? I don't know how to use this darn thing. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm very excited for that.
Look at you. I'm proud of you, and hopefully we can get to connect more. I'm gonna probably need a week off from connecting with you at all after this show. But
don't worry, you don't talk to me anyway. So
whatever. Anyway, shut up. Do me a favor, shut up. You came on.
I think you should shut up.
You're painting this picture. You painted this picture like I'm such a bad person. I haven't supported you. Hey guys, play the fucking tapes. Okay, play this tapes and see how much I've supported her. But I will say this, okay? Before she goes, I will say that anytime I do reach out to Randy to come on the show, she does. So I will go ahead and give you flowers. Anytime I've reached out to her, she said, no doubt about it, what time? There you go. There you go.
Yeah, literally, I write date time, question mark.
Truthful. It's good
to be the calendar invite. Yeah, David, you should learn. You should learn from yourself. What a great thing. I'm so proud of David for being truthful today after I exposed him. But at the end of the day, like, I really do hope that you like hit me up again and like you're like my friend and whatever, because like sometimes I do miss you. Sometimes I'm like, wait, I want to really yell at David today. I want to just like give him some trouble. And I think next time you should reserve like a full hour for me. I think you should reserve more time. And because obviously these degens are not reliable. No shade against Sir Jakey. Much love to you. But like,
shots fired. Jakey.
No, he knows I'm joking. He knows I'm joking, hopefully.
Jakey, what the fuck? Yes, you know what? I'm next month I will be doing like I will reach out to you. And I'm being serious about that. I'm doing podcasts for like 2 to 3 hours. 2 to 3 hour podcasts where we're sitting down, we're just talking about a whole load of topics. I just want to have conversations. I've always
maybe your
said
green eyes you can cover too. We both got hazel eyes. Did you know that?
I have green eyes. I don't know what hazel eyes are.
It's a mix of a little green, a little brown.
Like nobody did. Like real green eyes. I'm the green eye band that can't stand it. That's a rap lyric. But from Redman. Shout out to Redman, New Jersey.
Yikes, dude.
Yeah, go ahead. Go. So run along. Go listen to NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. I don't want to stop you from your
Well,
day.
I gotta go. Wait, what is that? Retro radio? Vintage radio? Maybe
don't know.
they have the records at Urban Outfitters or something.
Yeah.
Maybe I could go to Salvation Army, like where you got your suit. Maybe they'll have some
Yeah.
records.
Yeah. Hey, listen, it is what it is. Got some good suits, man. You never know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so. I mean, listen, like I do see a little bit of lint on that on that arm right there.
No,
Maybe just do a little
everything,
swipey.
everything's
Maybe-
really good
Maybe do a
here.
little swipey over
always-
here.
It's always fresh. Everything's always fresh, just like Pen and Tico. Everything's always fresh.
Honestly, Pen and Tico's not fresh. It's no shade, bro. Because before
what?
I left Brooklyn, like I literally like their mutts was freaking sour, bro. Like we got sandwiches.
Really?
I wanted to die. And then, dude, one of the waiters ate off of our. Like, they gave us stale home fries. Okay, we gave it back. We're like, no, this is stale. She literally eats it off. She takes it to the counter, eats it off the plate. She knows who the frick she is. I literally didn't go back there because of her. I was like, I'm skeeved. And so. Sorry, Pen and Tico. We're gonna just go to John's Deli instead. We'll get the roast beef.
How about
the
we do
black
this?
gold.
Here, Randy. How
We'll
about
go
we
to
do this?
L&B, maybe L&B.
Let's go and do an episode at some sort of landmark in Brooklyn, and we break. Not only are we going to eat and become
Are we going to
fat,
go to the Verrazano? We'll go to Shore Road.
fuck it, fuck yeah.
Let's go
Let's
to Shore
fucking
Road.
do it. Let's go to Shore Road and talk about where we came from and where we're at now.
We could just go to Third Avenue Stroll. I think it's this weekend. Go to Third Avenue Stroll. Have you
I
been
don't
to
like
Third
being
Avenue
near
Stroll?
people.
Oh, I forgot that more allergies. They might actually give you a cold.
Bay
They might
Ridge is
smell
not-
bad.
Listen,
They might
listen,
smell
Bay
bad.
Ridge is not
Maybe
Bay
they'll
Ridge
forget
anymore.
deodorant.
Bay
It's not
Ridge
Bay Ridge. They
not
renamed
Bay
it to
Ridge.
another tribe. It's
Yeah.
now another tribe, and
Yeah.
that's another reason why I had to depart. I was scared.
That's not. Don't tell me about the
We don't even
Italian
get 13th
feast.
Avenue
Don't give me
anymore.
the Italian feast, okay? Because there ain't no
What about this-
Italian in,
what about the
in Bay
San
Ridge
Gennaro?
anymore. And there are not even Italian there.
Like,
Anyway,
that's really
anyway.
depressing. Little Italy has gotten scammed. I
we
miss
got to
Little
take
Italy.
over. We'll take over all these networks, man. It was a pleasure to have you.
Are we actually concluding now? Because I just know you don't want to let me leave, which is so cute.
No,
David.
you want to stay?
No, I got things to do.
Okay,
I got
goodbye.
things to do.
Goodbye.
So is this how you're leaving? Just bye? I think it's a little rude.
Fine. Guys, you can catch Randy, the Zest report, or whatever she calls it. Zesty.
The Daily Zest. You need zest in
Daily
your life
Zest.
daily.
I'm just fucking with you. Oh my God. The Daily Zest you can catch at 9:30 a.m. Monday through
9:45.
Thursday. 9:45. Listen, I'm making you guys wake up earlier. 9:45 Mondays through Thursdays. You can check her out. She is looking at the chart. She can look at a chart. She's breaking down all the news, even though she doesn't use, she can't use it, but hopefully she uses Gokstein.com once it's up today or tomorrow to go ahead and highlight some of the stories that are happening in crypto. But it is a pleasure to be abused by you today, Randy. Thank you so much for all the fucking compliments that you gave me.
Of course, David, anytime. David, I just missed you a lot, and I'm so happy to come back, be here next week, guys. I know David wants to sign me to the network. He could just say that, but he doesn't want to say that publicly. It's fine. And he calls me stubborn, but he's the one that,
Guys, I'm going to let you know.
Thank you guys
If
so
I
much.
told her
I
to
appreciate
come
you
on
guys
this
catch
network-
him daily
Hey,
at
no.
noon.
No. If I told her to come here and do a show with me, she won't do it. So it is what it is.
Stop. Because
is
you
what it
know
is.
I wanted to do a show with you.
Look
But
at
you
the people.
want to figure it out.
I got TikTok. I got people commenting. They're like, "Yo, when's the show?" I didn't say a word. I'm like, in my head, she's like, "She's never coming here." Guys,
That
stop
is such
asking me.
freaking garbage,
She
bro.
doesn't want to.
Fake
she-
news.
She
Fake
just
freaking
wants to be in her own lane, and I respect it.
I would do a show with you.
She doesn't want to have
We would
high
top the
ratings.
freaking charts.
She
We would
doesn't
top
want
the
to be
charts.
all over the map like 50 Cent. Like, she don't want this. Go
Is
ahead.
it on Retro Radio too? 50 Cent Retro Radio.
Listen, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, you go ahead and listen to NSYNC still and Backstreet Boys. Okay, relax yourself over there.
You know, I really like the Bee Gees.
Stuttered,
How deep is
stuttered,
your love?
stuttered,
Is your love?
stuttered.
How deep is your love?
What is
I
that?
really need
What even
to
is that?
learn.
What is that? What is
You've never
that?
watched Saturday Night Fever from our freaking neighborhood, bro? Like, I just want to know how deep your love is for me.
What'd you say?
I just want to know how deep your love is for me because obviously it's
Oh my
freaking
God.
deep.
How deep is your love? That shit is mad
Is your
old.
love, how deep?
What are you-
Or more
what
than
are
a
you- what are you,
woman.
clubbing still? You still clubbing? What are we doing here?
I actually
What is
go
this
line
show
dancing.
today?
I go line dancing. I'm a
You
Southern
go
gal
line-
now.
You go
I'm a
line
Southern
dancing?
gal.
What is that? What even is that?
For like the country spots.
Oh my god!
Like you go line dancing. You can also swing dance, which is like with a partner, and then like they spin you around. Woo!
Spin
Dip.
your horses round and round. Are you
Oh my
riding
gosh.
bulls too?
Oh no, that I can't find myself on Twitter with that.
You're
So I
stuttering.
would refrain.
You're stuttering, so I think you're riding mechanical bulls out here. Like
I'm not. I promise. I actually haven't done it yet. I do want to. There's one place that my friends want me to go and try it. But I said if it makes it onto crypto Twitter, I'm absolutely cooked. There's gonna be like a new meme coin that comes out, and then mainstream media is never gonna have me again. Like did Jason Williams, you think with his little coin over here, TBB, he's not gonna take that bull video and do something ridiculous with it?
Listen,
He's gonna tag every other woman influencer. You know, it's just gonna get ridiculous.
Get ready for me because I have the white bull movement coming, and it is.
I don't want to
strong,
know
Randy.
what that is, dude. I don't know if I want to know what that is.
Yeah,
Is it
everybody.
as white as your
Everybody
teeth,
wants
or-
to know what it. Everybody wants to know what it is.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
You don't know. I know.
What I do know is that like I actually have things to do, and like you know,
All right,
I know
goodbye,
you wanted me to be here until
goodbye.
like
Nobody's
like
leaving here.
2:30,
This
but
ain't
it's
the
fine.
airport. You know, I don't care about your departure. This ain't the airport. Irish, goodbye, goodbye,
You definitely
goodbye.
do care about my departure. Don't lie.
No, I don't.
Don't lie.
Randy, everybody, it's Randy, okay? Randy, the superstar here. Ladies and gentlemen, give her a round of applause. And she's bullshitting about coming on the network, but it is what it is. Her loss. Randy, love you. And
You don't.
yeah, we'll talk next time, I guess, when you're free.
I just told you the first 2 weeks of Vlogmas. All right. Bye, besties. All the love. I'll see you guys. Make sure to give me a follow at Miss Teen Crypto on every platform. Even though I go by Randy Hipper, I just can't change my handles because Instagram said no. And then X is keeping my name hostage. And so is TikTok. So I will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye, Randy.
Bye, David.
I don't know what just happened. I don't know. Why am I taking on this abuse? We'll be right back, man. What the fuck happened just now, man? What happened? Here she is. Randy, you know what? You talk a lot of shit, Randy. I want to be a part of the network. I want to be a part of the network. Ain't nobody stopping you from being a part of the most electrifying network, independent network. Ain't nobody stopping you. Anyway, we'll be right back after this commercial break. Unbelievable. The disrespect.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh, wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. Welcome back to The Breakdown, episode 756, sponsored by Midnight. Shout out to Midnight. Shout out to Cake Wallet. Shout out to, obviously, Polymarket. We just had Randy on. If you missed Miss Teen Crypto, Randy on here, who came on here at 12:45 p.m. and it went over the 15 to 20 minute segment time that we allot to or we allocate to guests. I think you should go ahead and look into it. We got Jakey coming on in the next few minutes. We'll go talk about some topics, and unfortunately, I'm gonna have to disconnect from TikTok. And yes, we have people tuned in on TikTok. It really sucks because I want to keep this on TikTok, but there's a topic that I want to talk about that I know for sure that will have me banned on TikTok. There's absolutely no doubts about it. So anybody who is on TikTok, I would encourage you to flip over onto the YouTube channel or go on to X, formerly known as Twitter, to watch the segment. It does suck. There are things that you just can't say on here for some reason. And they're normal things to talk about. It's what society's talking about, but you just can't go ahead and talk about it on TikTok because TikTok likes to go ahead and just ban me or limit me for just playing ads. So can you imagine the topic that I'm about to talk about with Jakey when he comes on? Can you imagine? Can you imagine what happens? You won't ever see me on TikTok again. But it was nice to have Randy on. If you don't know Randy, check her out. Go give her a follow. She does good stuff. She disrespected Jakey, and I'm gonna have to ask Jakey how he feels about Miss Teen Crypto taking shots, aka Randy taking shots at Jakey. Because I kind of felt disrespected, and I had to go ahead and hold it down for him. So right now, Jakey's in the green room. We're gonna bring him on. Again, guys, if you're on TikTok, move over to X or to YouTube, because the things that I'm going to talk about, like I said, they're going to get me banned on TikTok. They're not going to appreciate it. And I want to understand more about this certain thing that Jakey is doing. I need to understand really the depth of what this whole movement is about. Okay, so I'm disconnecting TikTok. I gave you the warning. Okay, I'm disconnecting right now. I love you guys. And I will see you tomorrow on here. So let's see if it disconnected. So again, we're off of TikTok. Hopefully everybody went ahead and they're jumping this way. We're on Rumble also. We're verified on every channel. Legacy verified, okay? Not paying. Let's bring Jakey in. There he goes. Jakey is live with us. Yo, what's going on, my brother? And as always, every single time Jakey comes onto the program, he is muted. Like, this is the third time. The third time that he is. Oh, we will wait. We will absolutely wait for you, Jakey. I hear something.
Test.
Testing.
We're good?
We're good.
What's up, David?
Jakey, what's up, my brother?
How are you?
Good. I just want to say, number one, before we get started, Randy, you know Miss Teen Crypto?
I seen her on seen her before I got on here. I think I've seen something of her before as well. I'm not super familiar, so I'm not gonna pretend like I am, but sure.
I just want to know, I want you to know I defended you because she was like, oh, at least I show up unlike the other D-Gen. So I said, oh, wait, hold up. You're not going to talk about Jakey like this. Okay?
I mean,
I stood my ground. And then she said, I'm just kidding. Jakey's cool. Don't start. I was like, no, you can't do that.
no, you can't say
do
something
that.
in a backtrack. You got to stand
You
on
can't.
business.
Nah, you got to stand on it. 10
No.
toes down.
Well, I appreciate
Anyway.
you backing me up, David. You've
I
always been
will.
a real friend, brother.
Fuck that shit. I will. Ain't nobody going to talk about you like that. There we go. Yo, Jakey, look, I gotta say, this is why I had to turn off TikTok. And there were a lot of people watching on TikTok, but I had to turn it off because there's things I want to talk about that you're doing. That I think, look, to me, I think it's hella funny. What is retarded maxing? Can you help me out? Explain what retarded maxing is.
So I actually find it funny that you had to turn off TikTok. You did that just for me, so I appreciate that a lot, David. But I know how these I've been around the block. I know how the social media channels go nowadays. But retard maxing is essentially throwing out logic. We're throwing logic out the window. We are no longer overthinking. 99% of people have these plans and these strategies, and they go over them in their head, but they stay in their head. And they do it to a point where they overthink it and they start asking the question, well, what could go wrong? What if this happens? What if people don't like it? And then they never take action on their plan. And so it leaves these people in a rut where they're not learning new skills. They're not having these new experiences. They're not living life to the fullest because they're in their mind overthinking whatever it is. So retard maxing is throwing all that out. Your frontal lobe, we're uninstalling it. You don't need it anymore. You are just doing. You are learning by doing. Instead of trying to predict what's going to happen, how about you just go and try it? And you know what? Sometimes you might fall down. Sometimes people might get upset. But you never fail. It's all a lesson. And now you have an instant result. You know what to do better next time. Because before you're trying to predict the outcome, you have no idea what's going to happen. But if you just go out and try it, and sure, it could go wrong. Well, at least you learn you don't want to do it again. Or again, you know what to do better next time. And that's what retard maxing is. It's learning by doing. It's going out and it's living life. And it's stop overthinking. Just go and try it. That's my
So
thing.
it's not like you're making fun of a certain group of people. You're just saying it's totally different than what you're thinking.
Exactly. And you know what? I understand POVs, right? I've had some people get mad at me for wearing the hat in public and stuff, but I'm a firm believer in a word is only offensive if you let it offend you. I think it's poor taste. Like the great Michael Scott from The Office once said, it's in poor taste to call someone with disabilities retarded. That's mean, right? But the way I'm using it is I'm taking the idea, that's the psychology of, you look at someone that is, handicapped or has mental disabilities. I'm sorry, but they're always happy. They're having a great time. They're not worrying. They're not stressing the little things. And that's the ideology that I'm putting into the philosophy of retard maxing. And you know what? If you take the name out of it, let's say for anybody watching, they're like, oh, I like the I like the psychology of it, but I don't like the word. You don't have to call it that. All right. Everything has a shiny name, clickbait, whatever, to put something on so people pay attention. And that's what that is. And but the actual way of living and just going and doing and learning from the experience and trying new things and acquiring new skills. You wake up every day with a new side mission, and it can be very simple. For anybody watching, do you know how to juggle? If there's anybody in the audience that said no, well, guess what, motherfucker? You're going to go learn how to juggle today. That's your side mission. It's as easy as that. You don't have to go ride a dirt bike and jump it off these crazy jumps. You don't have to go cliff jumping. Just take small things. Do you know how to play chess? Go learn how to play chess. That's what retard maxing is.
The founder of A16, Z,
Yes.
came out in support of this.
Yes.
I saw it, so nobody can say, "Oh my God, what's happening?" You had big time notable names say, "I'm with this movement that Jakey's out here doing."
Yeah.
How
Mark
did that feel?
Andreessen. It's pretty cool. And the reason why I've had a lot of like tech founders from Silicon Valley and realtors and these people that work these like high-paced jobs with a lot of, financial backing to them. And I think the reasoning is because that's what they do. They build shit, they break shit, and then they learn from that. They don't sit and they don't have some of them may have whiteboards where they write down plans, but it doesn't stay on the whiteboard. They go out, they build shit, they try shit, they do it in public. Like Mark Andreessen is one of the kings of, he's just throwing shit into the wind and seeing what kind of sticks. And that's what retard maxing is. He's like, all right, this didn't work. We invested in this company. They failed, but we kind of learned what they did wrong. And now there's a new company like Waymo or whatever it is, and they're doing exactly what these guys did, but with all the fixes. So we're going to invest in them. But he would have never known what went wrong over in this investment if he didn't take that chance, if he didn't just retard max and throw money at it. And so you have a lot of, tech elites, like I said, in Silicon Valley, realtors, stock traders, even like crypto here. People just throw money around. They just try things. They're like, this could work. And it's kind of like, I don't want to use the word gambling because it doesn't mean, retard maxing doesn't mean just going and throwing your whole bankroll on a slot. I think that's stupid. That's not retard maxing. But it is just trying it, taking the risk. I think Gary Vee's going down this lane a little bit. He's said some stuff too where it's like he doesn't want to say the word, but Gary Vee's a king retard maxer himself.
Shout out to Gary Vee. We will have him on this show as well. You tuned into The Breakdown, episode 756, Kick, X, Rumble, YouTube. Definitely not TikTok because TikTok just fucking bans me for fucking playing an ad. So you know where this would have ended up. I got my moderators. Shout out to the moderators from TikTok over here. They're like, "Oh, this is what we're talking about." Look, you were somebody who attempted, and I said this, whether you win, lose, or draw, whatever it is, you attempted to do the creator. You went into creator coins.
Yes.
You were doing it. You were early to it.
Yes.
What do you think about what's happening now? And let's specifically state what Ansem's doing. You see that as a creator coin, what he's doing, or you see that as being something totally different?
That's a really good question because people have asked similar questions recently and I haven't really paid much mind. I'm going to be honest. I'm a little bit out of the loop. Of course, I'm aware of like Ansem's coin and everything. I think in a way it is a creator coin. I think when you say the word creator coin, even though the fundamentals of Ansem and kind of what we did are relatively the same, I think the word creator coin and creator capital markets is just, it makes people want to puke at this point, just because I think it was one of the most hated kind of, let's call it a meta. But in my mind, it was probably one of the most logical metas in terms of tokenization. Unfortunately, it was a little early in its time, but I do think, Ansem is a creator coin, but Ansem's, I'm going to go full glaze here, but Ansem's the GOAT. Like, when you think of the most influential people, not just in the world, but just in different industries, let's say the world, like a Kanye West, like Ansem's kind of that guy in crypto. Like Ansem's like, it doesn't really matter if you've touched crypto for a couple days, a week, a month, or you've been here for the last 5 years, you've heard the name Ansem. It's popped up. And so I think if there's anybody that can do it and do it properly and have continuous backing, and to be honest, when you take the biggest creator in crypto and you put a token behind it and then he publicly supports it, you would like to hope that does well, right? Because then it shows signs of life. Like it's one thing for Donald Trump or a celebrity to go and make a token, but for someone that's crypto native, that understands the game, understands how market making, these little things that these celebrities have never heard of, you would hope it does well. So yes, I do think it's a creator coin, but I do think it's done what it's done because Ansem's just put in the reps. It's not a celebrity that showed up for a week or two and was like, yeah, I'm launching a coin on Pump Fund. The guy's been here. He's seasoned. He's a veteran at this point, and he understands the token game. So I'm a big Ansem fan. I bought some. It's the only token I bought probably in the last 6 months other than stacking Solana. And that was mainly just I want to be a part of it. I'm pretty sure I'm down money on it right now, but I want to be in on it, because I think it's probably one of the biggest movements we've had in terms of CT native things around, tokens and meme coins in the last, year at least, I guess, since maybe creator coins kind of had their time to shine, September of last year. So yeah, I do consider, long story short, I do consider it a creator coin to a degree.
You said, well, people, using the terminology creator coin, it's like, but is it only in this? And I've made this, I did this huge monologue about this, but is it only in our industry, within our people, that have a dislike for it? Because outside of this town hall, people don't know what that is.
Yeah.
People haven't been introduced to that. And it's funny to me, what I find pathetic. Okay, I don't know Ansem. I've never shaken hands with him. I don't dislike him. I don't hate him. Hate is a strong word. I hope he wins. But you see a bunch of people come out and attack him for trying to do something.
Yeah.
Win, lose, or draw, whatever happens, he's trying to do something. You try to do something. Win, lose, or draw, it doesn't matter. You've attempted to use our tech here within our space. Yet the people in here will have a hard time supporting it, but they will support Hulk Hogan leg dropping them. They'll support celebrities that they don't know.
Yeah.
Leg dropping them. This is the state of our industry, where people who have grinded away here, been in the bear and the bull, have tried to educate, gone to conferences, try to bring people into the space. I feel like the support lacks, but they're super supportive for anybody who tries to come from outside the industry, and they're not even monitoring their own accounts. It's not them. It's some PR guy that they have hired that made some sort of deal, and they're the ones rugging you, not the people that are trying. So your take on that's my take, but your take.
I mean, I agree with everything you said. I think mine's pretty short. I think one of the reasons, and I'll speak personally, why I got so jaded from crypto is the cannibalization nature of crypto. It's the one thing that's very rewarded in crypto is hate posting. It's bear posting. It's the negative, sentiment. That always gets more clicks, and that's in any industry. TMZ built a whole media brand off of slandering celebrities. But unfortunately, crypto is really bad that way. And I'll say it as well. It's because one of the core reasons is because when Ansem launches a token, and like I said, he knows what he's doing. He's seasoned. People don't get the early access. They don't get the insider. They don't get what they would get if Hulk Hogan or Caitlyn Jenner, or any of these celebrities, because those people, they have teams that kind of understand crypto, but they can be easily manipulated. Like a lot of the celebrities, I know we talk our shit on them, and everybody's like, oh, we don't want, but let's be honest. There were people that understood crypto to a degree, or, fully, that took advantage of their clout and said, hey, you can make X amount of money. And then they take a large chunk of the pie. With Ansem's coin, since he's been here for a while, you have the nature of cannibalization from people within crypto that they don't want to see people win. Especially if they're not winning themselves, they 100% don't want to see Ansem win. And then two, they can't manipulate it. They don't get the early access. They don't get the insider information. They don't get the token supply that they would have on a celebrity token that they, whatever team they had that they can manipulate. So I think those two things play a part. The fact that, again, I don't know the tokenomics. I don't know how Ansem launched. I kind of came late. I seen it. Yeah. People that live with me were like, you've seen Ansem's token, whatever. But I would assume it was pretty, fair for the most part, because why would Ansem risk his reputation? He's made X amount of money. He's been here forever on a token to cash in. I mean, he's got money already. So I think those two things play a role the most in why people want to see him lose, don't want to see the token do well, and just overall a negative sentiment towards him and the token.
Do you see And by the way, just to clarify for anybody tuning in, Ansem had 2 tokens created for him. I mean, he had more than that, but he had 2 particularly, and he's essentially CTO'd whatever was sent to him. So he took it on, and he's doing what he's doing now. And listen, if he wins, then the entire market wins. That's how I kind of look at it. Bottom line, you got to put your egos aside and pride. You got to do what's best for crypto. And I want to see crypto grow, so I fuck with it. All right. The sentiment in crypto is bullish. The charts aren't yet, but the sentiment is bullish. So there are people that are now saying, I'm buying. Like if Solana dips to 65, I'm buying. You didn't have that kind of conversation 7 months ago. People are saying it's dead. So like now it's like, if it goes to these levels, I'm buying. I'm a buyer at Bitcoin at 40,000. I'm buying. So the bullish sentiment is here. Memes are always, to me, because I've been in memes forever, memes are always the start of things. So I really believe that the meme economy this time around, we could potentially in this sector hit 800 million to $1 trillion in total market cap. I believe in the memes. How are you feeling? Do you feel that the memes are going to make a tremendous comeback? And who do you think is going to have the most mind share when it comes to protocols, when it comes to memes?
That's good. I'm not the best person to ask for this, so I'll give my. I like to remain as bullish as possible, regardless of the situation. I mean, you look at Solana $8, showing up making commercial videos every day. So it's always good when the sentiment shifts a little bit. I think there's opportunity when everybody's bearish for you to be bullish, regardless of how you actually feel in your mind. Like sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. Just have fun. And then I think when it comes to meme coins, again, I just don't. You'll have ETH that'll always be there. EVM, you'll see some tokens. There's always big money over there. But I think Solana is just. It's not really. There's not really like a race anymore. And that might be a little bit again. I'm very biased. I've built a career here in crypto. I've made money here in crypto because of the opportunities that Solana presented me. So when asked those questions, well, where's the best, where do you think the best opportunity is? Where's the most volume going to be? I'm going to say Solana. And I think fundamentally Solana, when it comes to transaction speed, people getting on Phantom Wallet, these like things that, Solana has, these applications, it just makes it very easy. And I think when you're talking about a new influx of people coming into crypto and trading meme coins, because that is the biggest onboarding tool. I'm sorry. If you look at all the apps that have been on crypto's radar, there's one specific, and it's I don't want to say pump fund specifically, but it's meme coins on Solana. They just made it super easy. So I think regardless of kind of what shifts in the cycle, the beginning will happen on Solana 100%. Majority of volume, meme coins, the big runners, tokens that pop up will be on Solana.
Jakey, do you feel like you had to leave X? And I'm not saying that you left X, but I think I don't know how. I see your posts on my timeline. Yeah. I don't have you muted or blocked. I see them, but I think, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, I think you spend more of your time now creating content on Instagram and I guess other platforms. And what I've noticed, and maybe you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I've noticed that I don't even have as many followers as I have on X that I do on, let's say, Threads. And I'll make a post on Threads and my last blows up. Mm-hmm. This thing, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Instagram, I put something on there, it blows up. I don't even have this. I haven't really dedicated my time to Instagram because Instagram is a different beast.
Right.
It's different than X. X come in, it's news, right? It's instantaneous news. Instagram Reels, it's more creative. So do you feel, number one, do you feel better getting away from X mentally and just going on to, let's say, Instagram? Because I know you're doing well there, where you're able to, I guess, be more of yourself and be more creative. Is that something that X didn't allow you to do? And I'm not shitting on X. I love X, but is there limitations on X versus other platforms?
I think X is great. I do, but I also think that there's been so many and I'm not one to blame an algorithm for anything. You always, as a creator, your number one rule is to not blame external factors, because then you don't force creativity. You're just like, oh, it didn't do well because of the algorithm. No,
Yeah.
just go and rework it. Like, you know, fuck the algorithm, just figure it out. Like, you know, but I will say the algorithm shifts and the heavy push on politics and stuff like that across X, it got me a little exhausted, a little jaded. I started talking about stuff that I wasn't necessarily even like, I shouldn't even be talking about those things. Like, that's not even what I really enjoy. But you get so heavily influenced because it's shoved in front of your face all day that, well, one, whether it's you pick a side, you go, you know, you're a Democrat, you're a conservative, whatever, and then you start, you know, harping on those beliefs, and next thing you know, it's kind of infiltrating how you stream, what you think about on a daily basis. And I just found myself kind of in an unhealthy spot, kind of around where the last time we talked, which I believe was like January, February area, and I kind of started to wake up, and I'm like, damn, this isn't really. I'm not really enjoying it. Like, there's no. I'm not being creative. And that's always been my superpower. I've never been good at one specific thing, but one thing I've always enjoyed and what has brought me happiness and felt like I was a success as a person was my creative abilities, my art, which is creating videos. And a lot of people laugh at that because of the nature of my content, but truly that's what brings me joy. And that's what I've done for the last 12 years. And so there was kind of a switch in time there where it's like, I want to get back to having fun again. I want to start creating content that I want to create again. And unfortunately, it didn't really suit on X or in crypto. I was jaded from the crypto takes. It was bearish. There wasn't really anything exciting. So I was like, well, it's kind of hard to piggyback here on crypto. So I started, you know, digging around, figuring out what I kind of liked. And the whole retard maxing thing just came from me. You know, I was at a point where I was like, well, let's start doing stuff again. I don't know what it is. Let's just go out and start doing shit. I'm going to start buying some new things. I bought a golf cart. I thought that could have been fun. It turns heads on the street. Start buying these like random, you know, like I got a mini ramp back there, a tricycle. And I was like, let's film me just doing shit, like going outside and just like, it's summertime. Let's have fun with it again. And it started working on Instagram. And I've always been a big Instagram user. You know, that's how I built my first initial following as The Mime and as Jake Hillhouse, and how I got my first start creating content on the internet, aside from YouTube. And it's been working really well. So, you know, if something's working, you know, or what's the saying? If something's not broke, don't try to fix it.
Right.
Just keep efforts over on Instagram. And now that crypto's in a better sentiment, I live with my buddy Nevergoon, and he's all in on crypto right now. I'm doing what I can to help on that end too, because I think he can be a good face for Solana. But he's bringing me back in the mix. But to answer your question, I've gone on a little bit of a rant. I was jaded from X. I felt like I was being shown stuff that I didn't necessarily want to see, but you feel obligated to invest your time into and energy into. And so I was self-aware of that. And I was like, you know, I want to start doing what I want to do again. And that's kind of where the retard maxing stuff kind of came about. And let me tell you something, David, I'll say it here on the show too. It's been a while. And I know people say this and it's a cliche and it's corny, but it's been a while since I've been this happy. I'm having a lot of fun. You know, the beginning of the year was really tough. Just between crypto and just personal things around me. I was like, damn, this sucks right now. But then I started doing shit that I liked. And I started recording it again, and I started getting back into, you know, I'm editing my own stuff again. For a long time, I wasn't touching the final product at all. And I reworked the people around me, you know, downsized, and I've got really good people around me and stuff. And so I'm really happy doing what I'm doing.
I feel you on that, because I think what you said about the algorithm, where like you're trying to engage in certain topics that, I mean, number one, you built your audience on something else, and now you're going and you're posting shit, and you're just like, you're losing the entire plot. You're not happy. Like you're just not happy, because you're like, at the end of the day, you're happy doing what you like doing. And I'd rather get like one person watching me doing what I like to do than talk about something that I have absolutely no interest in and get a bunch of people tuning in, because like it just shows like there's no light in your eyes, kind of thing.
Exactly.
Jakey, your environment right now tells me that you might have lost and you might be down bad. And you might not have a really good friend because he put you in the garage. Why?
So it's actually the opposite. And if you know me really well, I choose a lot of times, I'm not the richest in the world, but I choose to put myself in situations where it feels, I don't want to say beneath me. Like I can afford to be somewhere else, but I choose to be in what they call the trenches, the slums a little bit, because it makes me feel at home. Like I like it. You know, I could have put it in my room. And granted, I'll just say I've upgraded a house. I'm up in the Hollywood Hills now, so there is an upgrade. I'm in the garage right now. And I could have put it in my room where there's nice sunlight. I've got a beautiful view. But I was like, no, throw it in the garage. I want to spend all my time in the garage. There's no AC in there. Like, let me get dirty again. If I'm going to be up in the hills, I don't want to adopt the comfy, you know, complacent lifestyle that a lot of these LA douchebags get. I'm going to.
So this is your Rocky. Is this your Rocky moment where like Rocky used to train in Mickey's gym, and then like in Rocky 3, he was like, "Yo, let's get fancy," and then like he got fucked up, and then it's just like, you know what? I got to go back. I got to go back and like run, wear like torn up stuff, and not Gucci while I'm like. So
That's
this
it.
is
That's
this
it.
is you going back to your beginnings to feel it.
Yes, exactly. And it's a smaller version. You look at someone. I like that you said Rocky, because I'll take the counter and I'll say like the Conor McGregor. You know, he climbed
Conor
the mountain,
McGregor.
but then he starts sleeping in silk sheets. He starts drinking. He's partying. He's eating steak dinners every night. It's hard to get that dog back. And so you got to make sure that, okay, as your life upgrades, you got to keep that dog in you. Whether it's as simple as putting your setup in the garage. All right. And granted, I'm very grateful. This is a nice garage. I got my golf cart here. I open up that garage and it's the Hollywood Hills. But make sure you keep that dog in you. Make sure, you know, every day I wake up scared. When I come here and I sit at my desk,
I wake up scared also. I'm not gonna lie right now. I come from I'm from Coney Island, so like I probably wake up scared also.
Yes, I wake up scared. I wake up scared with the fear, and I tell the people around me too, like Kevin, who's my videographer. I tell him all the time because I see him get comfortable sometimes. But I always tell him, I'm like, this could all go away. You could go back to Seattle. I could go back at my parents' house in Canada. If we don't continue to level up and keep working.
That's scary. That's scary.
It's the scariest thing in the world.
Canada, that's scary.
There's nothing scarier than going back to fucking Canada right now, okay? So
I went to train in upstate New York. I thought this was upstate New York. This is not upstate New York. I went to train. My fucking trainer took me into the mountains. They're like, we're going 6 and 7 hours out. Bro, I've never seen this place in my life. I saw Canada. I saw the Canadian flag waving.
It's the scariest shit in the world, brother.
You got to step up your game. You see that kind of shit. Holy fuck. Oh, Canada. I know the anthem. I played hockey. I get it.
You don't want to know that anthem. And that puts the fear of God in you. When I see, and I love Canada. All right. Like, you know, I'm Canadian born, but do I want to go back? Do I want to leave? And you could say whatever about LA, but I'm running LA up. All right. This is my city now. And I put the fear of God in myself every day that, hey, if you don't get up and get after it, you know, put your work in and your reps in every day, you're going back to fucking Canada in the sticks with your parents working a 9 to 5. And I remind myself of that every day.
And it's not like you're going to go back to Canada with Kate Perry.
No.
So you want to be Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
You want to get the fuck out of Canada and you want to go to LA and you want to, like, I don't know, whoever it is, pick them up.
Yeah.
You want that lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
so you get it. You know what I'm saying.
That's why you got to live in a garage.
That's why you got to live in a garage with no AC. I'm sweating my dick off here.
There you go. That's what I'm fucking talking about. If you're not getting alpha right now, if you are not getting value from this conversation, what are you doing with your life? Okay. Sorry, TikTok. Okay. You're going to have to replay this show here. Major alpha was dropped. Like right now, it's resonating with me. I need to lose the suit. I need to go back to the roots.
Get rid of the suit, brother.
I need to wear my Speedos, just my Speedos.
That's it, bro.
That's it.
And you know what, dude? I've always told you, David, you run one of the best shows. I don't even say just Crypto Native on X, okay? I'm not just glazing because I'm here. The suit fits really well. But I was telling myself, I show up shirtless to my meetings. I don't wear a shirt outside. I was like, I didn't have a shirt on, but I was like, you know what, though? I'll put on the wrinkled white tee. I won't go shirtless because David runs a tight ship here. It's very professional for what it is. And so usually I'd say, get the fucking suit off. Get rid of the suit. But I think you look good in the suit, bro. And I think you keep the suit.
Keep the suit stays on kind of thing. Then
I think you're one of the few that I'd say keep the suit on. Everybody else, get rid of the suits. Put on the fucking zip up hoodie like Zuckerberg. But I think you look too good in the suit. I think it fits what it is. And truthfully, between us coming onto the show, I was like, this is perfect. David runs a mix between tech, politics, crypto, finance show. This is a perfect clip for me to look professional because I don't get to look professional often. So I was like, this is a great opportunity for me to drop the retard maxing bar in a professional setting. And now, with your permission, I'm going to use that clip and we're gonna do numbers.
I feel like I feel like I started the trend of suit maxing because now I tune into shows and people are wearing suits. So I feel like suit maxing is what I brought back to the table.
I love it, dude. And guess what, bro? If you can retard max in a suit, you can't lose. If you can look good, I don't get to look good often. A lot of the time when I'm on camera, it's how can I embarrass myself? How do I make myself the joke? But if you can retard max in a suit, so you can look good while you're doing it, how are you going to lose? What part of your life? The women, the money, the fame, the success, whatever you define as success, you can't lose. If you're able to do your job in a suit and do it well, you can't fucking lose.
I feel like I needed this conversation, Jakey. Like I really needed this conversation with you. Like I talked to a lot of. I feel like you're a notable name too. I talked to the sailors. Come on, I'm talking and we have a great because I don't do interviews. I have convos. I want to get to know. I want to know why you're living in a garage. Yes. I want to know what was the mindset behind this. And like I feel better now. I feel like I can fly again. I feel like I got my wings back. I feel like it's okay. Like somebody just said, you know what? I don't want to see you without the suit. Okay, like I watch a bunch of programs. They don't look good in suits. But you look good in a suit. And I like that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Add in a little R-maxing into this bitch. Go outside. Maybe wear half a suit and put on Speedos. And have a cameraman chase me.
See, exactly. I love what you just said. I love everything you just said. But what you just said, half a suit. No one watching this knows if you're wearing pants or not. And that's the beauty of it. No one knows. You could be naked from the bottom down. And
no balls are hanging out, right?
If you go free ball it, bro.
Just free ball.
You can do that.
Yeah. Thank you. See, guys, this is why I wanted Jakey to come on. And I had to turn off TikTok in order to have this conversation.
They're missing out, brother.
They're fucking missing. This is great content. Like, if you ain't getting value from this, I hope everybody tunes in, by the way, to Jakey. Go follow him up. I'm going to get he'll send me over all his stuff. I'm going to put that all out there so you can follow all his handles. So you can go ahead. I mean, if you're looking to change your life around, all right? If you're looking to change your life around, and I'm not even being sarcastic. I know I'm from New York, and sarcasm just bleeds here. But like, I'm telling you right now, look at me smiling. And it's not because I'm feeling some sort of way for Jakey. I'm saying in general that, hey, man, this might be it. Free balling in a suit maxing. Yo, listen.
Trademark it, brother.
Yo, I actually, though, I got to say, when I seen, what's his name? What was his name?
Mark Andreessen.
Andreessen retweet your shit and like comment. I'm like, this is a thing. You caught on to something.
Yeah.
And it's making you happy and you're doing things that are making you happy, regardless of what people are going to hate regardless, but you're doing things that are making you happy. You're not suffering and you can see it in the videos. I think you can usually see it in people's content when they're actually in love with something, the concept of what they're fucking doing. And I think most people don't understand how hard it is to begin with to be a content creator or a media personality, whatever it is. You can see there's life in you again. So good for you, man. I fuck with you. I hope I can get you again onto the show to go ahead and, have a conversation. And maybe this time around, maybe you, after these next 30 days, you make it and you've upgraded the garage or something. I don't know. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe
that's always
live
in the cards.
At the Hollywood sign or some shit.
Yeah, that's always in the cards. You just you got to find the levels. Don't skip steps, guys. All right. Respect the steps. You know, people tell you trust the process, respect the process, believe in it. All right. And enjoy it. For so long, I'll drop one more. For so long,
Drop the bars.
I'm 27 now. I've been doing this content shit since I was 16. And it's been I've never had this like straight up candle. It's always been kind of here that we're at a support level and then we kind of go up. And for so long, I wanted to just skip the part to when I'm famous and I have all the riches. That's what I want. I want everybody to know my name and I want money to retire my mom and do whatever with. And I think it comes with maturity, but it also comes with being seasoned as a creator. I've learned to respect the process because I look at times and a lot of people, you know, I look at the Based House if we're relating it back to last year. One of the hardest times as a creator, my creativity last year, everything was just, I got gray hairs from last year. And a lot of people would be like, oh, I regret never doing that. Or I wish I never did that. I wasted a whole year. But I look back and I'm like, if I didn't do that and I didn't put the reps in and didn't figure out what my placement was and what I really truly wanted to do. And, you know, I didn't go through those days where I'm pulling out my hair because talent doesn't want to work with me or whatever it is. I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. Everything kind of leads you to a point where you're like, okay, this I enjoy. So I'm going to stick with this and figure it out. And, you know, hopefully this leads to there, or maybe it leads to a direction you don't even know. And that's what happened to me. You know, we did the Based House. And if you know who I am on the internet, for 5 years, I put on makeup and I've dressed as a mime and I've hurt myself. It's like an alter character. A lot of people, again, people will say, well, 5 years now, what are you going to do with it? Nothing. But doing that, it taught me how to use Instagram. It taught me how to play something that I'm not, you know, play a character. You know, maybe now I get, you know, a role in a movie as a clown or a mime. You know, you put in the reps and they lead you to a place of true bliss and happiness. And you end up getting to do what you want, but you have to do what you don't want to do before that. And so all in all, that was I kind of went in different directions with that. But what I'm saying, bottom line is, you got to respect the process and enjoy it. Make sure you're enjoying it. Okay. Don't try to skip to the good part because then it's boring.
Yeah.
You know, life's boring when you've got $100 million in the bank, you've got all the riches. Look, I'll bring it up again because he's been an inspiration to me for a very long time. Maybe not as of recently, but his mindset early on, anybody that knows me knows this. Conor McGregor, you see it. It's very relevant right now. He climbed the mountain, and what's after the mountain? It's going back down. So enjoy the process.
You know what, Conor, he wants it so bad though.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't come back to fight. He has so much money. He doesn't need to fight. He's coming back, but he wants to fight. Like he wants it. And he couldn't get it right a lot of time. Even though he was trying to come back, he didn't have that I love Conor McGregor. He changed and revolutionized the UFC. Without him, there is no UFC. Yeah, there is no $1 million checks.
Yeah.
You know, like, but I think his last match, he really did. I think in the last couple of years, let's say a year, he really wanted it. You can see it. He wanted it. I even think he got injured because he was so hyped 5 years out of the ring. Like he leaps, everybody's talking about, he just, you know, threw it and he just tore his ACL just to go ahead and get out of a fight, which makes no sense.
No, that's garbage.
He wants it, like you can see it. He wants it, and I really hope his next match, which could be his last match, that he goes out with a win.
I hope so too, or he at least goes out with that dog and that fight. And I think what you're saying is 100% true. I think it's also a mix of he's fighting because that's all he's ever known. That's where the rich is. That's where the roots are. Yeah, and he's doing it to save himself. We've seen Conor McGregor deteriorate in front of our eyes in a public manner. From drugs, alcohol, women, all of it, all these like very, crippling vices. Yeah. And so he's coming back because he's like, well, the only thing that really kept me sane and kept me disciplined was being in that gym and working on technique and putting in the reps. And so I think he was coming back because, you know, therapy or AA or whatever it is that people do to make sure that they don't continue to deteriorate their life from this vice. His was fighting. That's how he maintained discipline. And so I think he was doing it to save himself. And I think that's the scariest part for him. And now will be the real test for Conor McGregor, after, let's call it a performance, is staying off the wagon, on the wagon. I don't know which one it is, but staying off the wagon of what he was doing previously, staying disciplined. And hopefully we get, a real Conor McGregor fight, whether it's a win or a loss, but at least we see him in the cage for more than, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean that it was disappointing. I was actually in the mountains by Canada, and I'm watching this, and I'm like, oh my god! Not only am I like close by Canada, respectfully, I have Canadian friends.
yeah.
I love you guys. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, I'm up here, elevation, my head hurts, and I'm watching this fucking shit. He's out. I don't know what the hell's going on because I didn't see how he got injured, but I hope for the best. Comeback stories are really good, man, and I think a lot of people deserve them, and
I
people
agree.
deserve second chances. I feel you on that. I feel you on the thing that you were talking about, like a chart. That is like a creator chart, kind of like you have your moments is going up, and then you're like, oh, you're trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But those who stick with it will eventually will. Look, Gary Vee, you mentioned his name before you go. Took him 12 years before anybody recognized him. So,
Yeah.
and that goes for a lot of people. You look at a lot of people out here, it took them a long time before people acknowledged them. So keep trooping it, man. You're going to hit your shit as long as you're genuine about it, man.
Appreciate you, David.
That's what people look for, man. I appreciate you. I hope you continue to kill it on Instagram and every other fucking platform that you're on. And I agree with you, man. Solana, I'm going heavy into Solana. I think Solana's going to do big. I think they did. I'm an ETH maxi, but at the end of the day, I got to call it for what it is. They understood there was a market. They took mind share, and anybody who owns the meme economy will absolutely do phenomenal with their protocol. So shout out to Solana.
Shout out.
I'll leave it on that. Jakey, stay good, man. I hope they feed you in there, and I hope we get some sunlight.
Love you, bro. Thank you for having me again. I'll be on soon. You just let me know.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Much love.
That's Jakey. Follow him. You can see him on Instagram. Okay. You can see him doing a bunch of content. Okay. A bunch of really good content. It makes me laugh. I tune in and I start laughing at the content that he goes in and produces. Listen, people are doing what they love again. And you should always do what you really fucking love. Bottom line. I kind of feel Jakey. Like I took, look, before the entire rebrand of the breakdown, I was also really, I can't even explain. Maybe one day I'll sit down and like do a 3 or 4 hour episode about it, but I can't even explain it to you. But I fully believe that God doesn't give you a challenge that you can't overcome. Like, and I say this all the time, but you got to believe it though. Like, and I believe that there are certain things that you have to go through in order to make you stronger and better. And I went through those things, and it's lonely. And I always say this, being an entrepreneur, it's a lonely place. It is 100% a lonely place. So for me personally, there's a lot in this world. People like to blame people for things that don't go their way. I ain't blaming nobody. And that's what I said. It was months ago. And I talked to her. I'm like, this is me. Like, look, I built my platform brick by brick. Like, when I say no help, it was just me. At the end of the day, it's my decision. It's me. I'm competitive. I'm super competitive. I want to win at all costs. And sometimes God makes you sit down and just look at things and reset. And like, I really feel that. I really feel that happened. And here I am. And I know, like, I am going to absolutely dominate. But I have to say this because I believe it, and people will take it as cockiness. People will say he's arrogant. No, because if you're going into this and you're saying, well, I think I'll do well, then you shouldn't be doing any of this stuff. So I am here to dominate, and I really believe that, and I put that out there. I am here to motherfucking dominate. I will be, with a shadow of a doubt, one of the greatest, and this is what I put out there, one of the greatest mic men of all time. One of the greatest personalities to break down crypto. One of the greatest personalities to talk about politics or subjects. I want that, and I will get there. Brick by brick, slowly, people will tune in, and they will understand that what I have to offer, hopefully, is value. We'll be right back after this commercial break from midnight.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh, wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was a promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promised to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together. What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. Welcome back. Welcome back. We had Randy on, Miss Teen Crypto. Shout out to Randy for stopping in. Appreciate you. She lied a lot, talking about making statements like, you know, we don't want her on the network and shit like that. Full of lies, but nice of her to drop in. Nice to see her doing a lot of big things, you know, traveling the world, interviewing, being one of the lead official podcasters for Litecoin. So shout out to them. They got a good asset there. Shout out to Jakey for coming on. I had to turn off TikTok because this is a subject that's trending. The thing that he's put out there, it's trending. And I wanted to go ahead and talk about it because he made a pivot. He made a pivot to doing content full time. And content that he likes. And that's hard when you make a pivot away from things that you're accustomed to doing, and then you're pivoting back to, I guess, being more creative. And a lot of people are not going to follow you. It takes time. And listen, his views are jumping. And then you have people within crypto, big notable people within institutions that are taking a notice to Jakey. That's kind of dope, man. And I noticed that once the president and CEO of A16Z went ahead and retweeted that and talked about it. So that's cool shit. That is a really fucking dope shit. We also had Landy on. Landy was fudding memes as always. I'm just kidding. Landy, we touched on a few subjects. You can go ahead and replay that. I'm in Midnight City, by the way. We're gonna put this on Friday. So come with me into Midnight City kind of thing. It's been updated. I like this new version. And I'm sure they'll continue to go ahead and continue to update the game, which is really fucking cool. Like, to be in Midnight City is really cool. I was on it yesterday as well when I finally got access back to it. Shout out to the Midnight team for figuring out what the problem was. There was a little glitch, but I'm back in my suit I sleep in my suit in my apartment. It's crazy. I sleep in a suit in my apartment. I also want to say this. I got to say this all the time on my program. I have not called a ticker. I have not called a CA. I have not published one. If somebody has told you I have, it is a lie. Okay? It might be what they think it might happen, but unless it comes out from my official channels, it has not happened. And the reason why I want to say this is because I'm trying to protect my audience. Okay? I'm trying to protect my audience from possibly going into something that I'm never going to call or back. I also want to say this to you guys as you watch this show. The white bull movement is bigger than a ticker. I'm going to say this again to you guys. The white bull movement is bigger than just a smart contract. It's bigger than just a token. It is a movement. It is a meme that represents a movement. That's what it is. It's about rallying, and to some this might be repetitive, but truly, if you watch my shows from the past, okay, not just recently, but from the past, you know how adamant I have been about uniting and bringing back the culture to crypto. That's what I want. I want to bring back the culture to crypto that we are accustomed to having. And it was a good culture where we all vibed together. We rooted for things to win. And we had adults in the motherfucking room, as I always stated. I will continue to say this because it is the truth. I am the OG memer. Bottom line. If you have a group of 30 or you do a top 100 list, you're putting my name on there. I love Bitcoin. I love Ethereum. I love Solana, Cardano. I love them all. But at the end of the day, like, I was one of the first, along with a few others, to go ahead and meme, to talk about memes, to talk about Doge. Like, this is what I did. I went against the grain. While Jackson and Billy made Dogecoin as a joke to make fun of Bitcoin and to make fun of this industry, a bunch of us rallied behind it and saw something that could essentially bring people into the fucking space. So no matter what, you can't erase timestamps. You can't erase these news articles. You can't erase me from being on TV, and like, you can't erase that. You just can't. There is nobody who is as passionate as me about memes because I understand them. And I say that respectfully. There is nobody as passionate as me. I was a memer before it was cool. Like, think about that. And I put my brand on the line for the motherfucker. I could have, and me saying fuck KOLs and the cabals. Do you understand? Do you understand if any of this was money driven? Then I can easily just go and accept invitations from cabals and KOLs. I haven't done that. I'm actually the fucking opposite. I want to be known as an educator. Like, I don't want to be known as a fucking KOL or an influencer. I don't want to be a part of any cabals, except if it's the Jewish cabal, because I'm trying to get in and negotiate. That's real talk. That is real talk. And that's my goal. The white bull movement, just to be absolutely fucking unstoppable. The next coming of the Wall Street bets, aligning with people that align with me, that fuck with me for real. That's the biggest thing. Like I want to be surrounded by the realest motherfuckers on the planet that value me as if I would to value them as I value them. That's really it. And I feel like I'm repeating myself constantly when I say I want everybody to win who's doing something with good intentions. I don't know why I have to go ahead and continue to say this, but this will be the last time. I wish everybody well. Stop DMing me. I'm in my own lane. I really am in my own lane. But I will see this through. The one thing that movement thing is the realest shit for me. Because that is the last dance. Like when Jordan says the last dance, Conor McGregor said the last dance. To me, the movement itself is super important. I want it for absolutely different reasons. So, shout out to everybody who tunes into the show. Quite possibly, Gokhshtein.com comes out today. I can literally show you the site right now, but I just want to make sure that the bugs have been, any sort of bugs have been taken care of, and then it activates. And I really do hope, and I've already reached out to a few people that do content and stuff, to use Gokhshtein.com, to use the news site to go ahead and break down news. To come to Gokhshtein PR. If you're a creator and you're looking to level up your game, you want to be seen, GokhshteinPR.com. Go ahead and hit us up. I've been through these things. I've been here, done that. I know what works and I know what doesn't. GokhshteinPR.com. gmarkets.io for all your information. You're looking to go ahead and stay ahead of the game. You want to look at numbers. You want to look at data. You want to look at sentiment. You can go to gmarkets.io. And we got 2 or 3 more things coming out. And one of these things I went ahead and created because of it. Really, TikTok inspired me. TikTok 100% inspired me to create something because I got tired of being limited and having my audience limited because they can't get that algorithm together. So it is Tuesday, July 28th. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful fucking day. Okay. I hope my fucking allergies, whatever this shit is, goes fucking away. Shout out to everybody that is grinding away. Shout out to everybody who continues to show up here. Though I don't see you guys alive in the what you guys are doing. I see you actively replying on the timeline to this show on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. But I don't see you in the chat right now. I don't know how bad you want it. But either the case, thank you for showing up. I appreciate you motherfuckers. I really do. This is a marathon, not a race, not a sprint, not a sprint. Let me correct myself. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Okay. Everybody looks at, where market caps. You guys are looking at market caps. I'm looking at a foundation. Me and you are different. Me and you are completely different. If it was about a contest of market caps, I'm not even worried. But this is about building a fucking army. A fucking movement so big that it's bigger than me and everybody else. That's what I'm building, and I'm going to do it. Shout out to everybody. And who knows? I got to do what's best for me. I've always continued to state that. I got to do what's best for me. And I got to make sure that what I do doesn't ever hurt me or anybody else. And everybody will have to accept that. Whatever I do, you're going to have to accept that decision. I love you guys. Sincerely. We can still run through walls together, and we will run through walls together. 100%. On that note, have a great day and an even better tomorrow. My boy Akil Patterson, aka Big Unk, says that, and I always rep that. I'm out.